7:30 in the morning. I have not slept yet. So yeah, I'm kind of tired. My mom has went to work. She is... oh my god. Bleh. I'm gonna cook some food. I haven't eaten since, well, yesterday. It's now 8:30, it's 7:30 in the morning, Sunday. And yesterday, maybe 12, 11 hours ago, I ate a tiny bit of pizza, and since then I have not eaten any food at all. So we have some food here. I hope it's a lot left, because I am hungry as hell. Nope, there's not a lot left. Look. Maybe I'll eat this. I think I will eat this pizza as well, because this is not very much. See, a lot of these are sauce, which will become sauce. They're cubes now, but when it gets warmer, they will turn into sauce. Okay, so let's turn on the TV and see what's on. Oh yeah, by the way, Philip and Fredrik's new program starts tonight, 8 o'clock. Varför snackar jag engelska? Jag kommer inte ladda upp det här ändå. Fan, jag har inte diskat bra här. Fan, så det är en massa skit kvar på. Just worked out, and I'm gonna record a DVD collection overview video. I just have to catch my breath a bit. So I have moved the stuff out of the way. Not a lot of stuff, but so I've just worked out listening to Catatonia. By the way, it's May 25th, 2010. So in 6 hours, I'm officially, technically, an adult. So that's both scary and exciting. But my arm hurts now because I just worked out. So yeah, sorry about that. Goodbye. Beautiful piece. I'm editing a bloopers video, my second one. This takes so long time and it's so boring. Right now, I'm hearing myself talking and talking in the video. So that's kind of creepy in one way. Wait, maybe not creepy, but this is so boring. It takes hours and hours. Blooper right there, but I'm not gonna use that one because it sucked. Oh, it's cold. I gotta close the window. August Underground Mordom is definitely the worst fucking movie that I've ever seen. Well, almost. I wasn't very shocked by it. I was just, I don't know, I think many people have seen it. Okay, this is enough. Who wants to watch this? I do, in a few years. Seriously. I am done with the bloopers video. Finally it took me, I think I edited about 3 hours today, and at least 2 hours yesterday. On top of that, I edited probably for 2 hours before that, but I had to redo it, so altogether this video has taken me, and then there's saving and what, probably 8 hours that I put my time into this video that I just fucking finished. 6 minutes. 8 hours of editing, 6 minutes of footage. That's not that bad. So yeah, I hope this will work. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I just watched. Wow, that sounds stupid. I just watched Remember Me, and holy crap, man, that was a good movie. That Twilight movie. This is kind of controversial in a way, in a sense, because Robert Pattinson has obviously gotten hugely famous from those Twilight movies, which I've only seen the first one from. But that can also be a bad thing, unless I usually say that unless you're like a 13-year-old girl, then you'll agree that it's not good for his career. I mean, because I think he's a great actor and he did a terrific job in Remember Me. And because of his fame status as this, you know, guy that just girls like, I'm not sure if there's a good word for it, but you know what I mean. I think that many people don't want to Remember Me. They think it's going to be sort of the same thing. And I also do think that after they see the movie, they're sort of corrupted or whatever, that they rate the movie kind of low. So on IMDb, this has a pretty good rating still. It has 7.2, but it deserves to be on the top list because it's fantastic. I really didn't expect it to be this good, and I think it's too bad, as I said, that people, you know, I think that people have these opinions about Robert Pattinson because he's not a bad actor, he's not bad in any sense, or you know. Anyway, though, it was a fucking amazing movie. I couldn't believe how good it was. I'm gonna rate it a 9 out of 10. Fucking 9 out of 10. Didn't expect that at all. So I'm a little bit shocked over how much I liked it. I knew I would like it pretty much, but well, I didn't know. Obviously, I can't know before, but I was pretty sure I was gonna like it more or less. But yeah. So anyway, right now I have this bowl for the chips, which I have in my room. I have garlic dip, and I got a beer. I don't know which. I never drink beer. I just thought I'd buy one now. So yeah, gonna watch another movie now. I'm not sure which one. But maybe maybe Jennifer's Body, or maybe I don't know, no, probably not that one. But some comedy, I think. So peace out. Well, I just kind of felt like making a video here. It's today, June 21st, and about 2 days ago I came home from Town, and that is like the big event of the year for me, because it's just a lot of fun. And one thing I can show you is 2 shirts that I got there. They only sell, I think, shirts with bands who play at the actual festival that year. So I got 2 of those.
They're kind of expensive, but I don't know if they're exclusive for Metal Town. If they are, then that's great, but maybe you can get them elsewhere as well. But here we have Watain. I think it says to the death. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This one is a bit cooler though. Ghost, and then you have Elizabeth Bathory here. You can see there's a dead body and some blood. I think that she was the first, sort of, as far as we know, first female serial killer. So they made a song about her. But yeah, so I had a really good time this year. They had changed the location to some place out in nowhere, because I think the place they were at before has sort of become too small, so they needed more room. But if you don't count the sort of camping and the area outside of the actual festival, then I'm not sure if it was that much bigger. But I actually preferred the last area a bit more, because it was just better and it was not as hard to get from one place to another. It was more structured, I felt. But yeah, System of a Down, At the Gates, Arch Enemy, Ghost, Watain, D Side, Cradle of Filth, Bring Me the Horizon, Korn, Avenged Sevenfold, Graveyard, Coma, a bunch of bands. So that was we had a really good time. But at the end of, on the Friday they had, I mean, you couldn't really walk to town, so you had to take a bus or a taxi, but the lines at 2 AM after Ghost was finished were probably 2-3 hours. We managed to get a cab before, but we still waited a long time. So I was tired as hell, and when I came home and everything, but that's how it is. I had a great time. And then, let's see, I'm currently taking my driver's license. Well, I haven't actually started driving yet, but I recently got the permit that I'm allowed to practice at home. Now my dad just needs to get a permit as a you know, qualified or whatever teacher, private teacher, and then we can start. And then my actual driving lessons at the driver's school is in about a month from now. So hopefully we'll get started a bit before, so I'm not completely unprepared when I start. Well, hello. Doing one of these videos again. Right now it is... Oh, it's that much. Oh, I thought it was like 6. Well, that's a bit weird, because I know that my mom leaves at like 7:30, so it couldn't be 6. I just heard her leave. So, for work, that is. AM. I don't know, I'm not too tired. I am kind of tired, but obviously since I'm not sleeping, I'm not that tired. But I was gonna try to sleep, and then I did. Fuck. Det här blir inte bra, jag gör det igen. Another sleepless night. Not so good. It's... you can see what the time is. I thought I would make some sandwiches. Yeah, since I don't work and I don't go to school right now. Wait a minute. I'm gonna wait with that. Since I don't do that, I have seriously fucked up my sleeping routine. This is difficult with one hand. So shouldn't be this difficult. So, what's the point with this video then? Oh, I know as little about that as you do. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. This toast does not work with me here. And now the freezer tells me to shut it, so I guess I'll obey. I have not decided. I decided to make a video about 5 minutes ago. Hello, here I am. Okay. So I haven't written a script. Maybe that's better. I have no idea. I think I saw some meatballs in here before. And obviously now they are gone. We have eggs, but no way I'm gonna cook eggs now. I'm too lazy for that. And that demands some serious laziness. Anyway, I'll just grab some ham and cheese and butter. We're out of fucking butter. This day turned out so much worse than I thought. I thought I was gonna have some sandwiches with meatballs, and now we don't even have butter. I'm being over dramatic. Anyway, that's that. Now I took those out for nothing, because I'm not gonna eat with no butter. So anyway, that was a pretty failed attempt at I went out jogging. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the food there. Whatever. No, seriously, I'm hungry. But we don't have anything to eat. And this is quite annoying. 'Cause, you know, I'm hungry. Hey. I just thought of a... Hey, okay, why is it that Baldrick says, "I have a cunning plan, sir"? Something like that. It is possible for me to go to the supermarket. I am not too lazy for that, but I am too lazy to make eggs. Does not make sense. Hey, what is the supermarket called? I'm gonna check for how long they're open. Hemköp. För oss som älskar mat. So anyway, look at my DVDs down here. This is what I have currently unseen. I can go through what I've just been watching. I watched this one before I went to bed. Well, I never really went to bed, but you know, Purple Rose of Cairo. I didn't really like it that much as I thought I would. I'm not gonna talk about movies in this video, but watched Kill Bill 1 again on Blu-ray. Expected to like it more than last time, but I didn't really. It's a good movie, but I have to say it's a little overrated. But anyway, so I was gonna check when they open here. Oh, perfect, they open in 15 minutes. So then I'll just go there. Let's go check on the food. I suspect that things will be quite similar to where I left. Yeah, pretty similar. The butter is still gone and the bread is here. And we do have a little bit of yogi. No, what the fuck is this called in English? I don't know. But the problem is that we have this healthy bullshit. Usually we don't have the healthy bullshit. We just have the regular bullshit. But now we have the healthy bullshit. And I don't want the healthy bullshit. I want the regular bullshit. Oh look, this I could go for right now. But first of all, it's not mine, and second of all, even if I want it, I'm not gonna have it in the morning. Because that's not good for you. Pretty ridiculous video. I'm in the middle of a very big dilemma right now. It's 8 p.m. AM, I mean, the store open now, the grocery store open now. I have not slept anything tonight because I have fucked up my sleeping routine, which I tend to be pretty good at when I don't go to school or work or do stuff like that you're supposed to do. So what my dilemma is, let me tell you. Should I go to the grocery store and buy breakfast and go home here and watch another episode of Dexter, or maybe Rescue Me, because we don't have butter at home? I was gonna make sandwiches with meatballs, but we didn't have meatballs, so I was like, okay, I'll just take meat and cheese, but we didn't have butter, so that sort of eliminates everything, right? So so I thought I could go and buy some stuff, but it's very early, so I kinda am a little tired. So the other option, which makes this dilemma a dilemma, is maybe I should go to bed instead and not eat. But I am hungry, so
okay, let's see if this actually works, or if the camera will fall down. Maybe I shouldn't be driving with this light on here. I'm gonna turn it off actually, because safety first. I am going to the supermarket because I was gonna have some tacos and put them in the oven. But it was actually not my fault. My mom, she put them in the oven too long, so they got ruined. So I have to go and get some more. Actually, I don't have to, but it was my choice. There's this one song that I've been crazy about. I discovered it yesterday. I kind of knew about it before, but I didn't listen to it because I thought that girl group from the 60s. No. But I did listen to it. It's called Egyptian Shumba by a group called the Tammys. And I listened to it like 25 times since yesterday. It's only one song, 2.5 minutes or something, but nonetheless, 25 times is a lot. And then I've been reading The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank, and I must say that, I mean, to read some of her thoughts, knowing what her destiny will eventually be, is very difficult. Like, she writes about how her parents are treating her, and then she says comments of something like, when I have kids one day, I'm gonna do it differently, or whatever. And you're just like, oh my god. She writes,
when we get out of here. Stuff. I mean, she writes stuff like, I mean, she's not stupid. She's definitely not stupid. I'm pretty impressed by her writing skills. Man, I'm going all this way for some round, is it called tortilla breads? Well, you know, I'm pretty amazed that the camera actually don't fall. Okay, is that ironic or what? That is ridiculous. I mean, seriously, it was a pretty... Okay, now it's gonna fall again. Because I'm coming to another roundabout or whatever. I'm gonna drive slowly. Oh. Well, now I'm on the parking lot. Are you still there? You are. That's amazing. Yeah, I don't think you can film in there actually. I still have a certain amount of social anxiety, and it prevents me from doing vlogging in public. But I'm gonna just... I'm enjoying 2.5 Men a lot. I was kind of worried that I would notice after a couple of years of watching it, after, you know, an absence of a few years of watching the show, that I would now be like, oh shit, this show is not very good, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm also reading this, why not tell you, The Trial by Franz Kafka. I'm gonna show you where I bit the book, literally. So, and there you have it on the back too. This page annoyed me like no other book, no other paragraph or anything of any other book have ever annoyed me. I don't know if that's true, but I have never bit a book before, so it's odd that some parts of a book you can love and some you truly do not like at all. It's a challenging read, but some parts are very easy to understand, but then some parts are very difficult to understand, and that's one of those parts where I bit the page. Well, today has been... Well, I mean, I usually don't do much, so today has been a very eventful day. Well, kind of. It's almost 8:30, no, 7:30 in the PM, and I thought that I would jog tonight, but then I thought that I've been biking all over town today, so I probably burned a lot of calories, so maybe I don't need to jog. Maybe I will anyway. I might. I hope I will, because it's good if I do. But actually 2 days ago I ran, it's not really that much, but to me it is, 4 kilometers without stopping for the first time in my life. I mean, I've ran 3 many times recently, and a few times years and years ago, but I've never ran 4. But 2 days ago I did, so that's a new personal best, so that's good. Maybe I should jog anyway, because I'm gonna eat this. There we go. Alright. Dishes, oh man. Yeah, that's gonna have to be taken care of. It's now 7:30 PM, obviously, and my sleeping routines, they are almost turned completely upside down. So I think I slept from 10 in the morning until 2:30, so I didn't get that much sleep. but I had decided with my dad to go to this place where you can sign up for school for this coming fall, which is what I'm gonna do. I could go into more detail of what type of school it is, but I'm not sure how to explain it, because first of all, there's no real equivalent of these schools. I mean, it's not high school, it's not a Swedish equivalent of high school, it's something else, and it's a different system and everything, so I don't know how to explain it. So I'm just gonna leave that. But it's school anyway, it's education, and I went to that place where with my dad, I asked him, I've been there a couple of times before talking to some people, but I asked my dad to go along this time because I just wanted him with me today. There was this one school here in my hometown which looked interesting, and so we went there, and I asked the guy who was currently at that place, information booth. So we talked to him about 2 schools, maybe if I need a backup school if I don't get into this first school that is my primary choice. And then he recommended that we went to that first school. So we went to the school, we went in and we found someone and talked to them, got some papers, got some information, went back to this first place. I assigned or applied or whatever, registered myself into the job section again, because you need to do that to get the higher the higher I don't know, cash basically. I want more cash, so that you needed to do something. It's at that same first place, but at a different section. So we went there, and just a bunch of 2 hours of talking to people about education today. So that was boring, but it needed to be done. But I'm far from done. I haven't even applied yet. This is just some information that I got today. So in 2 days I'm gonna go to that first place again. I'm sorry, I really don't know what the translation, because it's these proper terms of what the places are called in Swedish, and I don't know how to translate them. Anyway, and so there's a lot of education formalities going on. I hope that I get in to the school. I'm a bit late, it seems. They were optimistic, but it seemed like, well, maybe I'm not gonna be able to go to that school this year. That's my first choice, because they have 20 students in general. I mean, overall, at one school, that's very little, 20 students. So it's a small school, and on top of that, it's popular apparently. But if I get into that school, then that's great. If not, then I have my second choice, which I'm gonna go apply for in 2 days. And here is when that thought hits me. I don't want to upload this video. It always happens sometime during the video, then I just turn the camera off. I have a lunch break right now. 11:30. Well, I finished 11:30 with literature class. Now it's 11:40. Like a whole different time era. 10 minutes later. And I'm starting again at 1, so I have a little longer lunch day. Every other day it's only 1 hour. Well, 2 hours on Wednesday, but I have to do my homework 1 of those hours in school. So it's almost like a class, but I'm on my own. Anyway, haven't done a vlog for a while. I don't think I have been on camera for a while either, just in general. I don't know, I just felt like talking about nothing else than whatever comes into my head, and not just movies or things. I haven't talked about school yet. I started, it's now Thursday. Date unknown. well, I'm not sure what day it is. It's August 30th maybe. And I started August 20th. Oh, now I'm in the kitchen again. How did this happen? And yeah, it's a lot of fun actually. I never thought I would say that, but I mean, I would prefer. Or would I prefer not going to school? Maybe not. Because I mean, I want to learn things too. I don't just want to get my grades. You know. I'm a little sweaty. I apologize. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to talk about school. I'm just home now, and I have nothing to say. So, very good opportunity to make a video. Very good, you know, time to make a video when I have nothing to say. Let's hope my internet works now, because it never does. Never, that's an exaggeration. But skit i det. Jag har inget intressant att säga. Det har inte hindrat mig förut visserligen, men I must be the only one who goes out jogging in this fucking weather. It's freezing, it's dark, and it's raining. I'm gonna take my bike. I'm gonna run a mile or two at least. Why do I subject myself to this? Well, I'm going with my mother to the supermarket in, well, about an hour, I guess. And that's about the time that I will be out from the shower, I reckon, after I get home. Stupid rocks in my shoe. Pebbles, I should say, not rocks. Okay, so I don't think you can see much, but this is not going to be fun. I just know it's going to feel great when I go to Maxi with Mom and I have had this done. Oh, how good it feels. I think I just had the most sucky run of my life. Sucky jog. Worst jog. Why is it the worst one that I've, well, subjected myself to? Why would I subject myself to a jog like this? Well, I don't know. I just felt like jogging. It was raining like crazy. It's cold, it's dark, and there's puddles. Is that the word? And yeah, so I knew that I would feel really good about myself if I went out for a jog, and I do. Absolutely. I don't know what that kind of... Jag kommer inte ladda upp det här i alla fall, men det visste jag ju inte när jag började, men nu vet jag det. Liksom är helt jämnlöst. Det här tänker jag inte göra om faktiskt. Det var skönt att ha det gjort nu, men never again, man.
Time to go back to school then. I slept about 3 hours last night, and it's now 1 p.m. I'm starting 1 p.m. in about 5 or 10 minutes. That clock is a little fast. I really don't want to go back right now. I have one and a half hour of math and 1.5 hour of science. It's math. Sometimes I have like a flow or whatever. It goes well and it's actually kind of fun. But usually it's kind of difficult. But in science, sometimes it can be interesting. But I've always thought it was difficult, and yeah, I guess I'll go back. This sucks. Gotta go back to school. 4:30. I am home. Yes. I am complaining. I'm sorry, guys. But when you're tired and you haven't eaten, that's my own fault, by the way, of course. Then it's tough to first do math for an hour and a half. Although I did pretty well. I mean, it flew by, or I had a flow, or whatever I said before. Got some interesting. Now I'm getting sidetracked. I don't want to talk about school anymore. Some interesting post here. Mail. I think I know what this is. Let's put stuff that are not mine over there and bring mine over here. Yes. No. It's Thursday today, and Thursday sucked because of one reason that I'm reminded of right now, that my backpack is packed. That's why it's called a backpack, because you pack stuff that put them on your back. Well, I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, technically about 10 books in there right now. I got toast, macaroni. I usually eat those with this sausage, which it's hard to explain what kind of sausage it is. Very, very typical Swedish sausage, which has a very sweet taste, or not a sweet, but I mean it's everything but a strong sausage. It's like svensk husmanskost. Ketchup, I use it for this. When I found these, I don't know what they are. Milk and vanilla sugar. I don't know if that's the English name, but I put them on my French toast. I'm waiting for another unboxing though, which I ordered a couple of weeks ago, and it should arrive now, I think. But it's not arriving. It's actually from Massacre Video. I think it might be a very independent sort of company, because they only have like a few titles. I think many people know about it. Well, I'm actually gonna do sausage and macaroni right now. So then 5 p.m. right now, and I just got back from school, so I'll eat that and hopefully get out jogging later in a few hours. For the past couple of years I have taken medicine, antidepressants and such, to make certain feelings, you know, not be so prominent, that I might have had, but that I don't have as much anymore. I have been thinking about stopping with this medicine for a while. It has been a problem though. Every time I stop, I have felt that I could probably handle it mentally. I take it because of mental reasons, obviously. Or I took it. The reason why I couldn't stop, why I couldn't get myself to stop, was because, as I was going to say, while I thought that I would mentally be fine, I felt physically awful. After 24 hours, having not taken a pill, I had taken them for so long, so I guess stopping with them, just my body reacted very strongly to that. And after 24 hours, it's not a pleasant feeling. It was like a mix between nausea and feeling dizzy, and it's just a very disoriented feeling, and that stays for a long time. And for that to go away, I need to take the pill. I've tried to gradually stop, but it hasn't worked. I have been stuck with that freaking pill. But when I was in Stockholm, I might have mentioned this briefly. When I was in Stockholm, I'm not sure, a couple of weeks ago I was there. And I brought the pills to Stockholm, I took them as usual, and then we went up to the archipelago a week and a half after I arrived in Stockholm. I noticed when I got there that I had forgot my medicine it's 2 hours, a 2 hour car drive there, and we couldn't go back to get them. My aunt, who was there too, or not actually, she's not my aunt, but kind of. Never mind about that. But my aunt, okay, she offered to, well, you know, we can go back if it's necessary. I said no. I felt this is kind of like a blessing in disguise. Yeah, I did feel, you know, physically not great for a little while, and that went on and off for like 2 weeks afterwards. Since then, I haven't really thought about it, but, and this is the thing I was gonna get to. I'm sorry that I'm long-winded, but I feel like I want to be right now. I found myself not having certain thoughts, and they're now the difficult part. I'm going to try to explain the type of thoughts that I'm talking about. Before, I've had a sense of extreme self-awareness. I've sort of built layer upon layer. I get these, not anxiety attacks, but kind of like panic attacks almost. I've gotten 2 proper panic attacks, like big time, but these are more, not that bad, but it's a feeling of I am super aware of myself, of my body, of my, not my body so much actually, but my mind, that I exist, that I just, you know, self-awareness to a crazy level, and I build layer upon layer. I think of the fact that I think of myself that way, and then I go another level and I think of the fact that I think of, it just makes my head explode. I'm very sorry that I can't explain this very well, but those thoughts, they have been extremely frustrating and very mentally unpleasant, and I noticed today or yesterday that I don't have those thoughts anymore, those feelings anymore, and I was so happy. I was like, I haven't thought about that, which makes sense because I haven't had those thoughts, so it haven't crossed my mind or whatever. Then I looked myself in the mirror, and I realized that holy crap, I can actually look at myself. I can actually, you know, sort of be aware of myself without freaking out. And before I couldn't look myself in the eyes when I was in the bathroom. I'm very tall, which was fortunate at the time, so I was able to do this. But I cut my eyes off. I only saw in the bathroom mirror, that is, only saw my nose and down when I would brush my teeth and whatever. Couldn't look myself in the eyes for more than a couple of seconds, because it was, I don't know what it was. Actually, I broke down when I was talking to my dad about this, when it still happened, you know, a month or 2 ago, and cried for the first time in a long time like that, and I don't know, it's and I've never cried on camera before, that's for sure. I never thought I would either. But it's tears of happiness, mostly. It's not I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure why I'm getting emotional right now. It's various things, you know, surfacing. But the point is that I just wanted to say that I feel better than what I have done in a while, and obviously it obviously it means quite a bit, because obviously I'm getting emotional, which I never do, and I had no idea that I was going to start crying when I put the camera on here. But you know, I'm still working things out too, but just the fact, and I don't even know if the medicine had anything to do with that, but it just was very conveniently timed. You know, when I stopped with the medicine, I also stopped having these thoughts that have sort of tortured me for a little while now. And maybe they will come back, I don't know, but I'm just kind of happy to be rid of them partly. And also it's nice to see change too, just as simple as that, you know, change to something positive but also just different. Anyway, today is Saturday, it's currently 12:32, so it's about lunchtime. I am going to pick up my grandma. Well, no, actually she's gonna come here with her car, and I'm gonna, in about 12 minutes, and I'm gonna drive her, give her a lift to a friend, because she always feels insecure about parking. She doesn't know if there are parking places, or she feels insecure about that. So if I can help her and just give her a lift to her friend with where she goes once in a while, that helps her a lot. So yeah, I have the car for that, for those couple of hours, although I don't know how long she's gonna be there. But I thought that I would go to. I need a new hoodie, or maybe not a hoodie, but a new shirt, a thicker shirt. And that's that. I don't know how far it is here, but it's a couple miles, maybe a few miles. Yeah. So now let's head in and see if I can find some shirt. I have a couple of hoodies, but I feel like I need a new one, and I also feel like I need some more t-shirts, and of course I'm gonna buy some groceries too. So yeah. Was groceries, because I went to four different stores. I looked for a shirt. I even tried two on in one store, but one of them I kind of thought, well, it was one of those you saw. It looked okay on me, but it was pretty tight, and I like ordering stuff online. I'm a big time social recluse. Anyway, so I didn't find anything. You know what? I felt this urge to buy Lego. I don't know why. And I went into a very. Actually, let's see. They have the signs of all stores here, and this camera has a pretty good zoom. BR Toys, right there. I went into that store looking for Legos. It's no Toys R Us or anything like that. And they do have Legos, but their selection is pretty bad. And I didn't find anything which I thought that I might enjoy. I just felt like, you know, I have money. I just passed by BR. They have Legos. I used to do Legos when I was like 10. Why not just buy a box and, you know, experience some blast from the past? But I didn't find anything good. I actually found these. They have some American stuff at these stores. Anyway, let's head back home. And we'll see. Probably watch a movie or two. If you happen to be curious, I can show you where I go to school. I'm gonna pass it right now. It's right, that building you see right now. Those very last windows on top, in the corner there. Yeah, that's where I go every morning and where I leave every afternoon. So there you have it. Also went into a store on my way home, selling some, you know what it is. And these lollipops, I've actually tried two before. They were in the American section along with these. And I've tried, I don't know what taste they were exactly, what flavors. I don't remember, but this is strawberry. They're called gourmet lollipops, by the way. Cotton candy and candy apple. And I've never had a candy apple in my life before, but it looks like an interesting flavor. And then this looks, it's interesting, very interesting stuff. Madagascar vanilla. And this is regular vanilla. So you know what? Let's do a taste test of vanilla, Madagascar vanilla yogurt. It's gonna be exciting, folks, so stay tuned. So opposed to regular vanilla yogurt, this one actually has these small black dots like ice cream does. So maybe that's what makes it special. I do not know. I'm gonna have to see. Well, it just tastes like vanilla to me. And now I have it on my foot, on my sock. Excellent. Well, hello. Okay, I thought that I would do a bit of a vlog like I've done before, which you can probably hear in my voice. I've just woken up, and it is fairly late, 12:30, but I'm on my break. It's Thursday today, and I've woken up from a fairly reasonable hour until today. Now I woke up a little later. And I just thought that, well, it's Thursday and it's Easter this weekend. I don't know what I'm gonna film exactly, but felt like doing a bit of a video, which is gonna take place over the next few days. So I'm kind of worried actually because, well, I've had a pain in my knee and various parts in my leg, and because of, you know, which I mentioned before, I think. Well, maybe not. I made a vlog video a while back which I did not upload actually because I wasn't very happy with it. So when I go for a jog, it hurts too much, and you know, that sucks so bad, because now when spring is here, you wanna be able to get out and go for a run once in a while anyway. And now I can't because it hurts too much. And I feel like an old man who has pain everywhere. I don't know. I mean, I'm doing exercises for the pain, for it to go away. I do that like 3 times a week, and they're tough, those exercises, and they take time, but it hasn't gotten better anyway, I mean, yet. So I have to be patient, and hopefully it will be better eventually. But now, not only the fucking pain in my legs, on various places in my legs, I've gotten a pain at the bend of the arm, I mean in the middle of the bicep and the forearm, and in the bicep, in my bicep too. And I got, like, after I did bench press yesterday and then I did some pull-ups or shins or whatever, I felt like a fairly strong pain there. And usually after pull-ups I kind of feel that pain here in between my forearms and my biceps, but yeah, I felt it a lot in my right one, but not in my left one at all. And I was like, what the hell is going on there? Something must have happened, because it wouldn't go away. And now when I woke up today, I can feel it still. And that makes me worried, because I don't want to have to slow. I mean, I've had to skip squats because of my knee. I've had to lower the weights on deadlifts because of my knee. And I don't want to stop with more stuff on my upper body too. That would make me so frustrated if I would have to do that, because I can't run either, I can't do anything. It's so goddamn irritating. And I just called the dermatology place, the municipal place, not a private, whatever. And because I used to have a lot of problem with acne, or used to, it wasn't long ago at all. Like last fall in particular, it was a real tough time, because it was, yeah, had a lot of acne, and now it's it's not gone, but it's has decreased a lot, which I'm happy for, which I'm thankful for. But I'm going back. I haven't been there in like 4 months at the dermatologist's, so I'm going back in the beginning of May. He's gonna do a sort of a last check or whatever. So I'm expecting them to call back at like, well, an hour actually, 1:35. I think that's what she said. And I have to get out and do some errands, but I don't know if I will have time to do them before, so I'm just gonna have to wait until whoever calls, and then I'll get out after that. Ugh. Yeah, speaking of working out and stuff, white toast, that's the perfect food for that. Tons of nutrients. Rips. First person drinker. Milk drinker. A little bit late, I have to say. Har du väl? Nej. Jo, jag ville boka en tid hos hudläkaren. Nej, jag skulle göra ett återbesök 3 månader efter jag hade slutat, tror jag. I'm gonna have to call back, because the only time that they had was when I was at the Sweden Rock concert or festival, which I'm going to this summer in the beginning of June, but they didn't have any dates later on, so I have to call back later when they get the dates. So alright, anyway, it's time to head to the post office. Actually, the place where I used to pick up my packages when I ordered stuff that was too big. Actually, I don't go to the post office. They have post office sections at different convenience stores and supermarkets and stuff. And the one that I used to go to was right here in the center of town. They found some asbestos or something in there. They were doing some reconstructing or whatever, and they found some cancer-inducing material, substance, whatever it is, And of course they had to close the place down. So now I have to pick up my packages at a place further away. So it's a big hassle. It's a nuisance for me. No, it's not that bad. Let's see, I think it's warm enough to skip the jacket and only have a hoodie. About 15 degrees Celsius. Should this one be enough? I think so. I'm gonna risk it. You know, I hate sweating. I prefer being cold than being warm. And I'm home. Pathetic or not, but I just did a new push-up record. I felt like I had a lot of energy and I was in shape for once. Well, not necessarily for once. But before my other record was 30 push-ups, and now I did 35. So I'm moving in the right direction. I don't know if I've pushed myself enough. That's funny. Anyway, before maybe I've stopped when I've actually been able to do a few more push-ups, but you know, either way, I have never done 35 before, never done more than 30 before. Now I did 35, so I'm happy with that. Next is 40, I guess, but that's gonna take a while before I do that. I think. Let's say 5 years ago, I couldn't do one push-up, which is pathetic, I know, but I couldn't do one. Well, I'm heading to my dad for a little while. My sister is gonna pick me up in just a few minutes. And I'm never happy with these videos. I only do the same stuff over and over again. You know, that's why the last video I made, the last vlog thing, and I edited it, spent some time doing that. But then I was like, no, I don't want to show people this because this is, why would people want to watch this? That's the way I feel now too. Like, I appreciate people watching. I mean, that's why I make them. I'm just so insecure if people really would like to watch this. If you are watching and listening to me right now, obviously well, I don't know. It feels like I've done this video several times before. That's all I'm saying.
Namn på äggen. Små bokstäver.
This is interesting. So, at analytics on my another USA Goodies American Candy Unboxing plus First Taste video, I just looked here for fun. For some reason the UK has viewed it the most. America 243, Sweden 167, Canada 31, and then like Australia 30, Saudi Arabia 53. What's going on there? That's interesting. Are they interested in American candy, or is that one person who is a very big fan of me, who has watched it 53 times? I mean, more than in Australia, for example, more than in Canada, for Christ's sake. I don't know, that's interesting.
We don't want to misunderstand about this.
Well, hi there. Don't know exactly what's gonna happen in this video. I'm just gonna kinda do my thing and we'll see where it goes. But at the moment, yeah, I'm watching King of Marvin Gardens, and I'm about 1 hour into the movie, and I'm really kinda enjoying it. But I'm not gonna finish it now. I actually gotta get to school for a little while. I don't have school on Thursdays, but I have a presentation on Monday that needs to be done. Well, on Monday. Needs to be presented on Monday, and I'm not done. And I will not have time to do it before Monday if I don't go to school today. So I gotta go in and finish it today. I don't have too much left. I mentioned a while back that I suffered from depersonalization, and I don't have it as seriously or as badly as a lot of other people are unfortunate enough to have, but I still relate to the problems that certain people have expressed, or deep purple as one of my friends in school referred to it. And yeah, so I'm writing an essay about that. It's for a psychology class, and I thought that, well, I'll just use this assignment to write about something that I've kind of experienced myself, and this way I learn more about it. I've done that before, you know, utilized school or whatever for something that I do or whatever in my private life, as much as I can. I like to do that. I guess that's kind of makes sense, but you know. One thing, I just looked to my left here, and below my TV, Terry Pratchett's Guards. I've not read a whole lot of this, or well, a third maybe, But as you might know, Terry Pratchett died recently, which was a blow. I mean, it really sucked. He had some form of Alzheimer. He got an early onset Alzheimer disease, or some sort of dementia at least. And well, he publicly said, and he promoted this too actively, I guess, that he's pro euthanasia, and if I can't, well, when I lose my way with words, I don't wish to be alive anymore. And he had sort of visited a clinic in Switzerland or something for a possible euthanasia, well, for possibly going through with that. But I don't think that's how he died now. I'm not actually sure how he died. I only heard about it a few hours after it seemed to have happened, really. So, and I haven't read about it since then, so I don't know if there's any more news on how he died, but I don't think that it was euthanasia. I don't know. If it was, then it was his choice. I respect that, Well, I just mentioned it because I wanted to say rest in peace, Terry Pratchett. That's really horrible. It took a little bit longer than I thought, but I think I'm done now, almost. Heavy bastard. I'm gonna cook some chicken, and the fat and the fluid, well, they were frozen. So this is what happens. I'm not that eloquent at the moment. For athletes by athletes. Gymgrossisten.com. I'm not an athlete. I just work out. Let's do something cool. That didn't work. This is Walden Farms caramel syrup, and somehow it does not have any calories. So I don't know what's in this. Maybe it's just chemicals. I don't know. It says here calorie free. A calorie free caramel syrup. I don't know how that works. This was apparently quite good to use on well, actually I have it here, on this stuff, kvarg, and then you have this granola, and then this on top. So I'll try that. And then you get a magazine for free too. I'm gonna try one of these actually. This I've tried before, and they're pretty good, but I've not tried these. Well, yeah, I mean that's really good. I mean, this has some, maybe a little bit too much added sugar. I didn't really pay attention to it this time. I usually do. I don't buy protein bars that often to begin with, but when I do, I tend to be pretty specific about it not having too much sugar, Well, the protein bar is gone, and now I look like this guy. No. Speaking of magazines, got this yesterday, Sweden Rock. You have Ace Frehley on the cover here. He's coming to Sweden Rock Festival, which takes place, let's see, June 4th to June 6th or something. Actually, it's 4 days, June 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th, I think, but we're not going on the 3rd. We're going there three out of the 4 days, because the first day there are not too many great bands playing. There are a couple that I would have liked to see, but mostly it's just okay to miss that day. But like I said, Ace Frehley is coming. I have not listened to Kiss. I checked out his album. The Kiss members, apparently, I didn't actually know this for sure, but they released one studio album each on the same day or something in 1978 or whatever. And anyway, so I listened to that, but that's just because he's on the cover that I mentioned that. But other bands that will be at Sweden Rock is well, Slash, Toto, Def Leppard. I'm looking forward to Hardcore Superstar. You know, my favorite band, or one of my favorite bands. I have seen them 3 times before, but always fun to see them. Well, let's see here. Yeah, Judas Priest, Motley Crue, forgot the big ones. Ghost, Backyard Babies, Opeth, The Darkness, that will be pretty cool. Yeah, great lineup this year. Last year was great. Last year was my first time at Sweden Rock, and yeah, I got my ticket for this year, and it's gonna be great. Well, things look pretty similar to what they did before. So I'll be, you know, doing the dishes, watching some YouTube videos, and I'll be making chicken. Actually, just before, I thought that I would actually try this just the way it is. I'll just use the wrong side of a spoon here. It tastes like a diet version of something that is normally unhealthy, you know. And there we go, a big plate of food. Right now I'm actually gonna check this out, Billy Connolly, Journey to the Edge of the World. He's a funny guy. Well, hello and welcome to a weekend vlog. What I just did, we're doing a radio show in school. Oh yeah, talking about school again, fun stuff. But I'm gonna edit that right now, and maybe give you a little sample later, when I finish editing this. It's Friday, it's almost noon, we finished early today. Tonight I might go to my dad as I usually do. Tomorrow I'm gonna have Game of Thrones marathon, because I have the 3rd season right here. I'll just place it here and get ready, and I'm gonna watch that tomorrow, because I've set my Saturday aside. Not that I'm up to much anyway, but I'm gonna watch that one. Not all of it, you know, that's not gonna, I don't think I'm gonna have time for that really, but I'm gonna watch as much as possible tomorrow. Really been looking forward to doing that, and so yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Hell yeah. First I'm gonna edit this video, or actually it's not a video, it's only audio, because it's radio. So yeah, I just took it upon myself to do this, because I just said we're gonna play it for the class on Tuesdays, so I thought that I can edit it over the weekend. That's fine. Yes, I'm afraid we have that song in our show, but that's tribute to Kim Jong-un, however you pronounce his name, from North Korea, because we do a parody on him, so this is his favorite song according to us. Well, editing is taking longer than I thought it was, but right now I'm looking for a song, an extreme metal song, because I'm going to Sweden Rock Festival this summer. Actually only like 3 weeks, not even that, from now. And it was my idea, because we're gonna play music and I wanted a serious metal song, you know, to play for the whole class. So I'm looking for a song, an appropriate song from a band that comes to the festival. So I'm looking for, it has to be great, but it also has to be extreme. But the clock is ticking, and I have to sort of go to the gym right now, or I don't have to, but it's, you know, before like 3 p.m. there's not that much people there, and I prefer it that way. I think most people do, really. So I'm gonna go there now, and I'll finish the editing once I get back. Well, I'm home from the gym and I received something in the mail which made me happy. This is you know, nothing exciting really, but they found asbestos at this store, Hemköp. which is where I used to go buy my groceries and pick up all my packages. Since they found asbestos there, they had to close everything down. And the place, you know, the next nearest local grocery store, where they also had the post office, was moved further away. So now this is in between school and home. Before it was even further away. So now it's in the right direction in between. So, you know, that's gonna save me not much, you know, exhaust, but still. Sort of still. Ja, det är lite kul att jag liksom som ska tillbaka dit.
Ja, det
Det kommer kännas lite konstigt.
Ja.
För jag tror det kommer vara samma lokaler till och med.
Ja, visst det är det säkert.
Högst upp i TV4s, som där TV4 jag sa dem, och det är ju där jag har varit.
Alltså i den byggnaden, jaha.
Nej, inte där.
Inte på Nygatan, nej.
Nej, utan vid Lilla Torg.
Ja, vid Lilla Torg.
Det är ju där jag var. Det är där jag hade alla mina lektioner. Looking at analytics, likes unchanged, dislikes up 200%. Doesn't matter what video it is, but it's kind of it's weird because you see that as a good thing. The you know, up 200%, and the green little arrow thing there, pyramid. You know, it looks like it's positive, but it's not really, is it? So. Oh, and by the way, it's pretty late now. I've been to my dad for maybe 4 hours, and I had a good time. We watched a Swedish movie called Vi är bäst, which is a movie by Lukas Moodysson. He's a fairly known Swedish director internationally. He made Lilja Forever and Together and Fucking Åmål, which I think the English title is Show Me Love. And he made a movie called Mammoth, which is not a Swedish production, or it's like not a Swedish language movie, but this one was a real feel-good movie. You know, he has made some movies which are not so feel-good in the past, like Lilja Forever, or maybe the controversial A Hole in My Heart. Anyway, we watched that with the family, and I thought, yeah, it was a pretty good movie. And then me and my dad went for a walk with the dog, and I actually did film some of that, so I guess I could show you a couple of clips. But that's really it for today. I not much to film today. I don't know if there's anything to film tomorrow either, but I'm gonna talk about the Game of Thrones marathon tomorrow. I hope it's gonna turn into a marathon anyway. And I realized I forgot to, or I actually meant to show you or let you hear a snippet of the radio show, but I'll do that tomorrow. It's time for some breakfast / lunch, I guess, but well, mainly breakfast. And before I start my Game of Thrones sort of marathon, I'm gonna watch an episode of ER, because I enjoy watching that when I eat. For some reason, it's a hospital show, so why do I do that? I don't know. Usually I like to watch comedy when I eat. I always eat in front of my TV, which is kind of sad. But yeah, I'm really loving this show, and I'm so happy that I have another 13 seasons after this. I don't know if the quality is gonna maintain, you know, it's gonna be the same throughout, but it's just great to have a show that you enjoy this much, and you have so much to look forward to, basically. Oh shit. I have been shopping. I'm sweaty as hell. There's this international market. It's very hot outside, and I'm wearing black t-shirt, fairly dark jeans, and I have long hair, which helps too, I think. But there's an international market on our local sort of town square. I must be really sweaty here. Whatever. And they have been here for a few times before, a couple of times before. and I've never been there or bought anything from there, but it's like there was a German place, a Dutch place, there was an English place, Italian place, Polish, bunch of different places selling food. I think it's called A Taste of something, this road market or whatever. But I bought a couple of things, so I thought that, you know, could be interesting. First of all, I bought some English fudge. What does it say here? From Britain with love. Yeah, okay. So I bought a few things. These are very expensive, but you know, whatever. One of these marshmallow things. This is mint of some sort. Mint flake or whatever. This, I believe, was Bailey's cheesecake or something like that. I don't know what Bailey's is, to be completely honest, but I know what cheesecake is, and you know. This was peanut butter. I don't know if that's sesame seeds above, on top, which is an interesting combination, I guess. And then this was called Death by White, I think this was that one. And then one more. Extremely expensive, these. This was salmiak, maybe. I think so. For all of those I paid 111 crowns, which is like 35 US dollars, 36 maybe. So a lot of money. I also got some salami from, you know what, I'm not completely sure. I think he said German, which he gave me a taste of a few different ones, and this was really good. Yeah. I'm sure this is not that healthy, but you know, they're only here once every year, once every 6 months maybe. Once every year maybe, I think, I don't know. So much with my promise not to eat anything bad for a while now, but today's my 22nd birthday, May 26th, 2014. I feel like I'm not where most people in my age are. I mean, I still live at home with my mom, which is not extremely unusual, but 22 is well, I thought that I would be living on my own when I was 22, you know, years ago. School didn't work out when I was, you know, younger, so now I'm studying, you know, getting my grades, which I should have had a few years ago. When I started this school, I thought that 2 years ago, I thought that I would know eventually, you know, as I'm going here and getting my grades, I will figure out what I want to do. But now it's 2 years later, and maybe I have somewhat of a bigger idea of what I want to do after, but really not much. And yeah, so that kind of scares me, but I have 1 more year now in school before I have to figure that out. I'm gonna do a bit of a taste test of Boston cream honey bun. Okay, let's just cut a piece here. Let's see. And it tastes great. But I am gonna heat some of it up. I'll just grab another plate here. It is very soft and melty already, so I don't know about if you need to do this, but that should be enough, I think. Yeah, that is really good. Oh, I could definitely eat this whole thing right now. Oh man. Well, that was definitely successful. Alright man, let's do this. At the moment I'm finding out if things will pizza with Rhett and Link. But in a moment, in about an hour, I will be watching the Oscars 2015. And I did this last year. I filmed a very long video. This is not going to be as long, I'm guessing. And it does not feel like a year ago. It's insane how time passes. But anyway, yeah. I am going to watch the Oscars. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this because I don't necessarily have a whole lot to say. Starts in 59 minutes and 7 seconds. So Mondays after the Oscars, you know, you usually kind of tired at school or at work or whatever. I actually don't have to get up until 9:30 on Mondays, so I get a few hours sleep anyway. And I did actually take a nap a little while ago. So I think it should be fine tomorrow. I suppose I can start with talking about some of the movies that I've seen. I've seen, first of all, Grand Budapest Hotel. I've seen that a couple times, and I gotta say that's my favorite movie that came out last year so far, what I've seen. I saw Boyhood and Birdman recently, and I like both of them, especially Birdman. I think I've heard people say that Boyhood gets better with the second viewing. I don't know, I'll find out eventually. It didn't strike me as a masterpiece in any other way than, you know, just, well, obviously it's filmed over 12 years, but besides that it didn't strike me as anything special really. Of course that is what it's all about. It's about growing up and you know, and just showing that in a way that nobody has ever done before, it seems like. And it is effective. It's kind of, it feels strange watching it. You're not used to watching the same character grow up. You're used to watching these kinds of movies where a character gets older, but you're used to seeing the actor, well, yeah. Jag har inte lust att filma någon video. Skit i det, orkar inte. I've had sleeping problems for a couple of days now, and I'm hallucinating because I took sleeping pills. So that problem is solved. Is Joel drunk? No, he's just drowsy. Now there's a car arriving. Who cares? I have a bit more an ambulance too. Wonder if that ambulance, you know, if it would have taken a lot more for them to get worried about me. It's not that I've become addicted to sleeping pills and that I have to have, you know, more and more, so that, you know, when I begun, you know, okay, one is fine, but then eventually one is not enough anymore, so I had to have two of them in order to fall asleep, and then 3, and then 4. It's not really like that, because I don't take them too often. I just did now and 2 nights ago, but for some reason they don't work. They just make me feel like this. They keep me awake and they make me feel like this. I brought my MP3 player with me. Swans. Well, I have lots of stuff. Yeah, I still have an MP3 player, by the way. I don't have an iPhone. I have an MP3 player and it works great. Did I say that before? That I filmed a video. I filmed that video the other time I couldn't fall asleep and I was talking. And now afterwards I feel like, okay, maybe I don't want to upload those clips to YouTube. Maybe that's kind of just a thing for me to laugh and look back on as something just rather silly from me. And now as I start to think here, maybe I will do the same with this clip. But I hope not, because I actually wanted to get out here and make a proper video and just talk about some things and just make a peaceful video of me talking here in the night time, right? You can see the light there. What the hell am I zooming in on? Ah, twig in the way. But I thought this was the playground. The old, wonderful playground that we used to love to go to. Oh, wait a minute, here it is. What if we go in here? Ah, a rope bridge. What will we find? Might it be a slide that I refuse to go down right now because it is wet as hell? Well, good thing that there's a stairway here instead. Let's use that. It's slippery though, and steps made for the feet of small children. But I am down. I conquered you. Once in 2008, I was an apprentice at this one place, which I did not like. I had to be there from 7 to 10 in the AM. And one morning, I just decided to go here instead and just wait it out. And I had a seat on these swings here, which again I do not know if you can see them, but here is a swing. If you can't see it, then you can at least hear it. So I was sitting my ass here. I brought my MP3 player, or my last one I suppose, and I talked for about 2 hours. Just talked about whatever I wanted to talk about. Eventually I went into the forest over there, which you cannot see where I'm pointing, probably. And I started talking about movies. What DVDs do I want to get? And I remember I mentioned Knocked Up was one of them. And then I had all these other movies. I want to get that and I want to get that too. And it's just so funny because that is the exact same thing I do today. Not skip school, really. Or, well, I go to school now. Before it was an apprenticeship, but that's exactly what I'm doing. you know, what movies do I want next? Well, I want this and I want that, obviously, and I've ordered the Society steelbook, and that's going to be, well, not a steelbook, but the new Society release from Arrow Video. It's going to be great to get. And I want the Suspiria, when Synapse releases Suspiria, I definitely want to get that. And I have 2001: A Space Odyssey, Savi exclusive steelbook on the way. So I'm just the same person I was in 2008. What if I'm still here somewhere? Just wandering around in 2008, talking to his camera, waiting for the time to near 10 so that he can go home to his bed and pretend that he had been all morning at the apprenticeship. I still have that file, by the way. Yes, I know, battery. It's been blinking forever now, but it doesn't ever shut off, so I'm just gonna keep talking and show no respect. I'm not gonna acknowledge that blinking battery. Ooh, the bottom of that tree, which is lit up, has a little hole in it, and it just looked like an eye staring at me from there. Now it kind of looks like a sphinxter instead, when I stand from here. Now it just looks funny. Yeah. I feel like as I went into the darkness there, so did my mind, and I was like, what?
(2015), 23 years old. 23 years old feels old in a way, because I remember when I turned 19 and 20, I was like, not so sure about this, and the only thing that has really changed since then is that I've finished my education, which, well, actually, yeah, I pretty much finished it. I will have my last day tomorrow at this school. It feels kind of bittersweet to be done with this education. I've been going there for 3 years. I mean, I remember when I opened the letter, you know, saying you are, what's the word? Well, you've gotten into this education, you are accepted, whatever. It was kind of scary, because I was like, I had been there visiting the school, and they had told me, like, well, we do a lot of talking, a lot of group activities, a lot of well, we work together as in a group a lot of the time, not that much work alone. You know, if we do an assignment, we prefer to do it together. You know, two or three people who's gonna work together. You know, I'm explaining it terribly, but you know what I mean. And that just sounded, well, it sounded kind of scary to me. I wasn't sure if I could do that. But yeah, now I'm here at a crossroads, I suppose. I don't really know what the new chapter will be. I have some slight plans, but mainly I just kind of feel, yeah, like bittersweet and a little bit melancholic about finishing this school, because I really like it there. I like the people there. I like the atmosphere and the locations, and I just like going there. I mean, of course, many days I prefer staying home in bed, but I still like going there, and I'm gonna miss it. It feels like, you know, you don't know what you have until you don't have it anymore. And why is it so difficult to just know what you have while you have it? This fall will maybe be university for me. I've applied for a few different courses, only like very short courses. The longest one is 1 semester, so up until Christmas. Sometimes I just feel like my English fucking sucks, which it doesn't, but when I talk sometimes I just can't find the simplest words and expressions that I really feel like I should be able to find easily.
The time It's 3:47. So pretty late. And the gum still tastes like, yeah, I mixed together the gum and the sleeping pill and tastes very bitter, not very tasty at all. But I'm just kinda, I was sitting inside and I just felt I need to get up and do something. How many sleeping pills are too many? Feeling good. Hearing screams. We used to climb these garages when we were kids. You know? People walking. Car driving. Stores are closing. Someone screaming, Merry Christmas. Would this be considered trespass? Very well might be. But you know that these trees gotta film. Just gotta film. I'm okay. Just gotta film. Okay. The middle of the night. The middle of the night. It's so cold today, so you have to wear a jacket. Där har vi fan i mig kyrkan. Okej, klockan är. Så nu. Den personen. Oj. Vad fan är det för en jävel som står och filmar, tänker du? Vad fan är klockan? Ja, jag har en mobil på mig, så det här är ganska meningslöst. Är det rött? Oj. Men det litar vi inte på. Rött kan ju vara grönt. Då kan vi vara färgblind. Vad fan ska vi göra? Here in my car, I feel safest of all. I can laugh and I don't, and that's the only way. Or you could also put, wow, that was I'm not drunk though, I've just taken sleeping pills, but I guess they work more likely the same. Are these people or are they just brushes? When I turn around I see them driving away into the night. They are not interested in me filming them. They do not care that I have their cars. Oh, there's some good ice cream. Oh no. Oh, I could have had some ice cream right now. But I think, first of all, I think that a lot of people have seen some strange man walking around filming nonsense, talking to themselves, talking to a camera. What the hell is he doing? Here is the killerhuvud that I was talking about to those people who turned out to be trees. I keep switching English, Swedish. There's someone behind me. Men den här är ju fin. Ja, den här är ju fin.
tänkte att jag skulle vara på den här banan då. Annars så har jag inga planer. Jag tycker att jag filmade trädet först. Och sen så gick jag runt och såg jag den här. Sen så kom du bakom mig. Sen frågade jag dig om man fick åka. Sen vet jag inte vad som händer. Jag ska hem. Ja, det är längst ner Brogatan. Kan man säga. Ja, det behöver vi inte gå in på. Han kanske inte ens jobbar. Då hade jag precis meningslös. Vem fan var han då? Det var det värsta. Jag har sett is som är så hal i förut. Jag tror jag vet varför. För att det inte är is. Det är bara plast. Tror inte ni det? Nej, ni är förstenade figurer. Ni kan inte svara. Det är säkert jag som är idioten i den här. Men den där snubben skulle jag vilja prata med igen. Jag är bara en vänlig herre som vill ställa ett par följdfrågor. Just in time for someone I don't know who it is. They're right over there. I'm guessing I might be in trouble, so I'm gonna hop on down here if I can do that. I can't really judge the height. Okay, so that's there. Okay, not too complicated. And now they'll leave. I don't know why. Because the other guy, he's over here somewhere. The guy who told me that I could do it. But now they're there again. It's a beautiful ice. That's what I'm trying to say. Fan. You know, I've done so many videos like this where I've taken a sleeping pill. I want to do something, I want to film something, and I always do, but then when I wake up from it, I look at the footage. Or I don't even look at the footage, I just remember what I said to the camera and what I did, and I was like, why would that why would that go up on YouTube? Why would that be something that would be on my channel? Because all I do is I just talk nonsensically, and sometimes last time was kind of funny, so maybe I'll throw together some clip montage of that, I don't know. So what was this video about? It's not really about anything, I've been super tired because I woke up on, I woke up on Sunday, it's I don't know what that was. Was it a DVD that fell down? And anyway, so when I wake up, so when I woke up on Sunday at noon, okay, come together, calm down, noon, I think it's at noon, and then I didn't sleep all night to Monday, but then I took a 4-hour nap, or no, it was a 1-hour nap. Yeah, I think I slept 1 hour. So by then I had been awakened for, woken up for 24 hours. And then after that hour, I slept maybe 2 more hours in the evening, maybe. And then I didn't sleep at all that night. And then I went to the gym early in the morning, on Tuesday morning, did leg days. I can still feel the I guess it was the deadlifts in particular, I'm guessing, but I woke up, I had taken a sleeping pill, I hadn't slept very much over the past couple of days, but I still thought like, yes, I'm gonna go to... So what was I talking about? Sometimes when I wake up in the middle of the night, I don't like the darkness, it's like evil to me, and then the sunshine is like happiness, to the point when I wake up in the middle of the night, also followed by a sleep deprivation thing that's been on for a couple of days or what, yeah. So I did something which I don't do often, but it's really when I feel like that, when everything comes pressuring down, everything with, everything from just anxiety about my life, and about existential horror, and about death, and about abstract horror and abstract anxieties that all come blah. It's like a big, do you know that creature from the beginning of Princess Mononoke? Imagine if each one of his tentacles or whatever was one of these things. It's just kind of meshed together and it's coming at you. If there's one thing though that I can do to make that go away, and that's something that I don't do very often because it would make me gain a lot of weight, which is okay if you feel anxious and you wake up in the middle of the night and the only thing you can do is eat, then really what is the best? To maybe gain a little weight. I mean, you're not going to gain weight from one time, but who knows, it might continue. But what is the best though? To eat or to keep fighting this, honestly, terrible anxiety about however you want to classify it, whatever it is. I don't know how you are feeling or how you are feeling or how anybody's feeling, and nobody knows how I'm feeling or whatever it is that I am talking about when I say things like anxiety and existential horror. I mean, these are 3 words, but to me all of this is just so much that I can't deal with, and just explaining all of that in 3 words, really, I don't know if that's enough. I did go up, I got a Skippy's creamy peanut butter jar, and I got I have it right here actually. It's gone. But this one, kladdkaka. It's a chocolate sticky cake. And I ate, there was like a little bit less than it left. When I take my sleeping pill, I'm supposed to be asleep, but then sometimes I can't fall asleep, and so I stay awake, and one of the things that is fucking with me is the speech. I mix words together, but I just felt like, who the fuck gives a shit right now? Let me eat this anxiety away. Could also mention some sleep paralysis experience. So I took a sleeping pill, but maybe I shouldn't have done that, because I fell asleep pretty quickly, but I feel like that's the reason why I got the sleep paralysis, which I don't know exactly why it would be, but it just feels obvious, because I woke up an hour later from sleep paralysis. A sleeping pill I take when I fall asleep immediately. Okay, good, you're supposed to be asleep for at least 8 hours now, but probably longer since you have had such deprivation over the past couple of days. But no, I wake up 1 hour later in the most intense sleep paralysis I've been, I think. But it wasn't the same as before. If you don't know what sleep paralysis is, if you don't know what sleep paralysis, it is you wake up, your mind wakes up before your body, and so in the beginning it's like, okay, I'm woken up now, and then wait, my body doesn't work, it doesn't move, and then you realize that you're fucking paralyzed, and then that's gonna freak you out if that happens for the first time. No, but that is intensely scary of an experience, and it did happen to me the first time when I got sleep paralysis. I didn't know what was going on, and it was the most kind of foreignly scary feeling I've ever experienced. I just didn't know that could happen, that I woke up and not being able to move. I didn't have any frame of reference as to what the hell is this, or what am I supposed to do, or what, am I alive, or what the fuck is going on? What if when you die your mind doesn't die, so you're just a dead body, trapped in a dead body, and you can't do anything about it? That's why I kind of leaning towards cremation. But well, what happens with my ashes after? What happens with my mind? Is my mind cremated? What happens then? Anyway, so a normal sleep paralysis is when you know you're in your bed, but you can't move. But I felt like I was trapped or locked into some infinity or some nothingness. I was just, you know, not included in anything, and it was the most abstract reality that I've ever found myself in, because it was just, I was in here somewhere, I guess. I thought I was lying in my bed, having a sleep paralysis, and so I was shouting for my mom, because this was in the morning, and I think she was ready to get to work. But then when I finally did wake up, she was still at home, and she hadn't heard anything, so I was like, okay, so I actually had the sleep paralysis in the dream. So I was shouting mom in here, and so that abstractness where I was trapped was somewhere in here, which I have never experienced before. It was, I don't know if it was necessarily scarier than the first time. It definitely feels like it went on for longer, because I was lying there like, how long is this gonna last? But right now I'm not able to sleep either, but I was able to sleep a lot before, so I'm fine now, and I'm gonna go for a jog. Okay, so I'm ready, but what the hell happened here? Can you see that? That's a bruise. I have no idea how I got. Where's my bicycle? I want to ride my bicycle. Oh, I did not sign up for this. Oh wait, I did. Shh. Well, you're aware that I have two. I can't work my brakes. 2 sleeping pills in my system. Yeah, so I'm sure I'm gonna be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, is it too tough? 6, 7. How many do I have left? Oh no. 5 minutes and 46 seconds left on the camera. I better choose wisely what jokes to make. I did not choose wisely, because that fucking man. And now I'm wasting time breathing, trying to think of something else funny to say. There's another bird. Do something funny, bird. Okay. Don't. Oh. For a number of reasons, primarily because of my shoulder, I am in a slightly worse shape than I was in before. So, you know, a little bit more fat on my stomach. I weigh I weigh about 95 kilos. It's not that bad for me, but this jog here is a bit of an experiment, because I don't know if I can jog because of the knee, but we will see if I can jog or if my knee will fuck me. Oh, gotta stop. No, I'm just joking. I'm not used to this pressure, man. I'll update you. I will update you very soon. Oh, I bet I look so graceful right now. Like a swan. Ouch.
apparently I haven't been here for a while, and I took the wrong path. I think I know where I am. So that gives me an extra 500 meters or so. But anyway, I have 15 seconds left of this camera battery. No, not the battery, but anyway, I can't explain because it's gonna shut me up. Right now I'm making some porridge. I don't know. I've been eating this oatmeal. Just put some in a bowl, and then you put water, and then in the microwave for 2 minutes, and then we have a good healthy breakfast. Good carbs. But this, I used to eat this back in the day. Mannagryn. I don't know what the English name for that is, but it's a slightly more unhealthy porridge, I guess. But it tastes much better, and I haven't had this in years, but I used to make this. I'm gonna make some salmon tonight, actually. It's right there. So I'm cooking, actually, and I'm not just doing ready meals. And here we have the finished product, which I'm gonna eat right now, because otherwise the milk will cool down the porridge too much. Do I look tired? I don't know. It's bright outside. I haven't slept. Welcome to the first vlog in this apartment. It's 4:30 a.m. and I'm trying to catch a spider. I was gonna be, pacifistic about this for once. I ordered a spider catcher, I mean, it has arrived, so I could have gone pick it up. By now, I'm tired, I'm sorry. I took a sleeping pill before, and I couldn't fall asleep. Because sometimes when I do that, my mind starts racing, which is not what it's supposed to. It's not the effect it's supposed to have. Sometimes that's what happens, and then I couldn't sleep, and then I just got up and I started doing stuff. Now I've seen a spider running around here, and I just thought that I should try not to kill it for once. So I have this paper here, but now it ran in here. Come on, spider, just jump on here, and then we'll take a ride outside, and you can keep on living if you want to. I'm not scared shitless of spiders, but for example, if I were to do this and it just ran out at my feet, and I would probably do that. I thought that I would make a vlog here these coming days. I don't know why. Fingernail. Yes, I just spit it up. I'm just so sick of this. I've talked about this before, but I'm so sick of... Well, where should I start? I mean, well, first of all, taking sleeping pills, and then you don't fall asleep, and then it screws up your whole schedule. And it affects you mentally too. Somehow, it affects you mentally the next day. I mean, I guess sleep deprivation affects one mentally, but before I felt such anxiety. I haven't just felt physical discomfort from being so tired and whatever, but I felt anxiety, because I don't know why it has that effect, but and now I took a sleeping pill and I couldn't fall asleep for the first time in this new apartment. I couldn't fall asleep, because all the other nights, and it must be 2 weeks now, more than 2 weeks, and every night I've slept fine. I've woken up a little bit more than what I usually do back home. But still, I've slept well. It's been fine. But now I took a sleeping pill and I just couldn't fall asleep, which is annoying, because I wanted to. Today wasn't a great day, or yesterday wasn't a great day. I didn't do much. It just wasn't a good day. I felt depressed. But then during the evening I went out and went for a jog, which was really nice, and then I got home and did some ab exercises, and it was really nice. If it wasn't for the fact that my shoulder hurts, I can feel it whatever I do, and it just sucks so much that something that you love doing, that is really good for you. I really love going to the gym every day, working my ass off, sweating. I love that because I know what I'm doing. I feel like I know what I'm doing at the gym, and I'm interested in fitness and lifting weights and all that stuff. And I did consider taking one of those classes or whatever, but I haven't done that. But so I love doing it, and I feel really great when I do it, and I feel good after because it makes you feel good mentally. It makes you feel good mentally, but it also makes you feel good mentally because it makes you look good physically. I mean, it's like the best combination there is. You do something that you love, and the effect of that is that you look good. You know, I mean, I don't look like Steve Cook, whatever. Maybe too obscure. I don't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's bigger than Steve Cook, but never mind. But it makes you look good, and that makes you feel good, and you love doing it. It's not something you need to force yourself to do. But then you gotta stop because your fucking shoulder is causing all kinds of problems, and then you don't have the mental strength to deal with it, to, you know, call a physiotherapist or whatever, which seems like such an easy thing to do. But I have some problems. Then I actually had salmon pie for lunch, for dinner at my mom. She asked me, I mean, she's used to me being there all the time, and now I'm not there. So she of course wants to see me more than just once a week, perhaps. So I have been accepting her invitations to dinner, which I don't mind at all. I want to see my mom too. She asked me, like, did it feel weird to wake up the first time in your new apartment? And I said no, actually. I mean, it wasn't one of those moments where I was like, I had to readjust my brain or whatever. Okay, so where am I? Oh right, I'm at my new apartment. It wasn't like that. I just woke up and I was at my new place, and it pretty quickly felt like my new place, and now it certainly does. I mean, I'm someone who feels nostalgic pretty easily. I just any kind of very, very small and trivial and seemingly non-significant things can make me feel nostalgic. So of course I still feel nostalgic for, even though it was recent that I was living with my mom. You know, it's not a long time ago, but it's still nostalgia. I guess it's I guess there are different kinds of it. Whatever. But anyway, let's see if that spider is fucking spider. Come out, spider. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna see him again. Hey, you're in my spot. I have to do my exercises on my exercise mat, whatever it's called. Dogs are wonderful animals. It's not mine, by the way. I didn't buy a dog, but I am watching this dog for 2 days. It's Wednesday today, so now she rolls over. She did this. So I picked her up today at my mom's place because my mom was gonna watch her. It's a friend of hers who owns this dog, who was going away for almost a week. But my mom is away for a couple of days, so these 2 days out of the 5 days when her friend is gone, I'm watching the dog. And when I went to pick her up earlier today, not even 5 seconds after she had seen me, she was like rolling over, wanted me to pet her stomach. So we got to know each other pretty quickly. She still has the bone in her mouth. It almost looks like a raccoon or something from this side. Imagine if this is the right side up, so to speak. Well, the eyes are missing, of course. But speaking of eyes, she only has one eye. Yeah. I just thought that I would demonstrate how close by the train is, because I kind of like the fact that the train goes by sometimes. Anyway, yeah, she lost her eye. I don't know how long ago, but she's pretty young dog. She's like, I think maybe 3 years old. I don't know exactly what happened. I mean, it's heartbreaking to hear, but I don't know if I want to. I mean, I'm sure you can take it, but I don't know. It just feels. It's so kind of sad to hear that
she lost her eye. I mean, she didn't lose it peaceful. I mean, she lost it violently, I guess you might say. I mean, well, basically losing your eye, you know, pretty brutal stuff. So, yeah, but she's okay now. You can't really see that there used to be an eye because it's kind of, I mean, it's not like there's a hole or anything. It's just kind of hair. There's nothing there. I wonder how long she would be like this. She would stay like this if I didn't stop petting her. But I kind of want to do my exercises now. Yeah, so I'm doing okay. You know, it's alright. I mean, there's some tough things going on right now in my life, and I don't really need to be specific. But maybe that contributes to my mood of not wanting to make videos. I just, it's just one of, I don't know. It's alright, but some tough. It's a tough situation right now, I think. I'd say. Okay, you're gonna have to, you know, hope you're satisfied now because I need to do my shit. Okay, we're good for now. I'm gonna take her out for a walk a bit later. So, well, that's the other thing. She has, she has some kind of hernia, I guess. Oh, now she has to. I put my bag in the way. Yeah, can you get past? Yeah, let's just go back. You can't be there. You can't be there right now. Or maybe I'm just not gonna do my exercises. I have a good excuse now. She was sitting by the door when I was about to take a shower. I kind of peeked around the corner and she was sitting at the doormat waiting for me. I mean, she was like looking at me. I think she needed to go out. So there's the grocery store that I go to when I need something, which is pretty close, and you can't see my apartment, but it's pretty much the same distance that way. So when I need something and they're open until 11, that's what 23 means. I can just get over there in, you know, a couple minutes, which can be dangerous if you have a sweet tooth, but you know, ultimately it's pretty convenient. Okay. And oh, busted. That just happened to be in frame. Otherwise I might have concealed it. No, who cares? I bought some candy and I'm eating some dinner right now. Let's just turn the lights on real quick. So yeah, I'm just going to have some dinner. A lot of stuff in the way here, and I'm gonna have to get up later to turn the light off, because I kind of prefer to have it off when I sit here watching. What am I gonna watch? Well, I'm gonna watch this Big Bang Theory season 9. I have a few episodes left, and I'm guessing I might watch them all now. I think I have maybe 5 left, so yeah, who am I talking to? I'm just talking to myself. Okay, she had a lie down over there instead. She's been in the hallway quite a lot. I haven't been sure if that was because she was missing her owner, or if she needed to go out again, or what. But I talked to my mom. She said that, well, maybe it's cooler in the hallway, so maybe that's why. I guess I can show you the candy I bought. Little bag of Skittles, tiny, some Mentos, fruit, and Polly Rocks. It's kind of like a more marshmallow center with lemon, white chocolate, coating, regular milk chocolate, and salmiak chocolate.
salty licorice. You're gonna do a rollover for me? A rollover. Well, I just petted her. I just petted her. So, no, there we go. You know, I can't get too attached to this dog because I can only see her for another day or so. There's so much stuff in the way here, I can never see where she is or what she's doing. There's nothing that she can do that she's not supposed to, because I've made sure that there's nothing on the floor, which... Oh, she was under the couch. You know, I'll be completely honest with you. I don't even... I've kind of felt... I talked about before, kind of losing interest in making videos. Maybe that's the reason why I haven't filmed anything today, because today I kind of changed my mind about this video. I was like, why should I upload it? I feel no reason, no motivation to upload this video. I feel like, I don't know, I guess I just get fatigued when I talk about this. I'm like, I don't know why. I guess I feel like I just have nothing important to say. Okay, let's get some vlog therapy going here. So TV's here. It is 11 p.m. at night, and I have some defrosted chicken going. It's a strange scene indeed. What am I doing with chicken in the middle of the night? Well, it's pretty late. I mean, I'm gonna make chicken, and I thought that I could kind of cozy to lie down here. It felt very luxurious, and it was nice. The only thing though is that the bed is a little bit higher than the TV stand, so if I have my sheets on, anyway, then they will kind of cover part of the frame. But I mean, I don't need to see the you know, the corner here, for example. So anyway, I'm out of breath. Why am I out of breath when I vlog? I feel like I'm not out of shape, so why am I always out of breath? Maybe I don't breathe properly. Maybe I'm nervous. Why would I be nervous though? I do this all the time. I don't think there's any way my neighbors will be disturbed by me cooking in the middle of the night. So I'm just gonna do that. Speaking of my neighbors, I get so annoyed with my neighbor over me. He is very quiet, I guess, but that's what they said. I mean, when I was asking, well, I don't know if I asked, but they said that, you know, when I was looking at the apartment before, a couple months ago, they said that the person above me, it's a quiet older gentleman. Yes, but he walks very heavily, so I can hear his footsteps constantly. And I kind of saw him coming back from the supermarket or whatever a few weeks ago, and he was walking like this, you know. So I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing, but he was walking very ungracefully and very kind of, I don't know the word, but he was, yeah, heavy footsteps. So I'm guessing he's walking the same way when he's at home. Poor me. No, but it's alright, but I get tired sometimes of hearing his footsteps. Well, that looks alright, you know, for a 1 a.m. meal. Very odd, once again, I know. There's the barbecue sauce. Let's see, let's have a bite of everything together and see if it's successful. I'm not gonna sit here and dine. Well, maybe I will actually. Maybe I'll just sit here and I was gonna eat in bed.
But let's not do that. Let's just eat here. And I mean, I've been here for 6 weeks and I've only eaten once at the table, which was when my dad was here for lunch. I made some food for him. Some barbecue sauce, some potato and a carrot. Yeah, it's pretty good, but the barbecue sauce, it doesn't entirely go along with this dish. Is what I'm getting. Milk has to be about the best thing ever. And we're back here. Yeah, that was nice. I was actually pretty hungry, so I enjoyed that meal. And I'm surprised it was so tasty, because I made it. And I had a nice time sitting there actually. I mean, sometimes it's those small moments in life that you really appreciate. Just sitting in the middle of the night by the kitchen table watching the ending of a Graham Norton show with Dustin Hoffman, who is very entertaining, and eating some food. Yeah. I'm just gonna watch this now. Flushed Away. Found the DVD a few months ago. And it's a DreamWorks animated movie that I've been wanting to see, so I think it looks funny. I'm gonna watch it. I've just been watching commercial movies lately. I still have Satan Tango lying here. Still haven't seen the third disc of that, but it's a terrific movie. It's just haven't been in the mood to watch that kind of cinema lately. But I watch what I feel like and what I enjoy at the time. So, well, that whole sleeping thing that I had in mind kind of didn't work out. And just been lying here thinking about all kinds of stuff, and it's not a good day today. I'm gonna cheer myself up with the best song in the world. If you haven't listened to this, then you need to do that. So now I'm just sitting here listening to a bunch of favorite songs, and I'm gonna listen to this one now, which The Gathering. It's one of the best bands in the world, and this song is, I mean, I don't know if it's one of their most popular songs exactly, but it's maybe my favorite because it just does something to me each time I listen to it, and it feels bittersweet to listen to songs like this, which has sort of moved me so deeply before, and they still do, but I used to discover so much new music only a couple years ago, constantly finding new music to listen to, and it's a very special feeling, a very certain, very specific, and it's a very special feeling to listen. I mean, just music, man. It's just it just digs deep inside of you. You know, emotions running wild. I mean, it's I don't know. And anyway, I haven't done that in a while. You know, been checking out new music, and it kind of saddens me that I haven't done that, because it's one of the best things there is, and it reminds me of when I did that, and for some reason I feel nostalgic. And when I listen to this song, it's like, I mean, I'm only 23 seconds in, but I'm like reminded of when I hear these notes, whatever, that I don't know what I'm trying to. I mean, I know what I'm trying to say, but it's not coming out. Yo. Aha, I said it again. I said yo in a video recently, and I said that I will never say it again, or something like that. It is Friday morning, very early morning. It is 4:30. 4:30. You might think, what are you still doing up? Go to bed. Well, I might or I might not until a little bit later, because I tried. No success. I was not gonna show this,
But what the hell, I'm eating popcorn. I bought these recently. These are cheddar jalapeno popcorn. Past few days, they've not been so good. I'm gonna edit a video here. You can notice it on my speech impediment. I took 2 sleeping pills before, so I'm drinking a lot of water now. If I'm gonna go to the gym in a couple hours, I'm gonna try to flush them out, if that makes sense. If I haven't slept during a night and I want to go to the gym early in the morning, which is a bad idea, which I told myself before, don't do that again. Remember that you don't feel well the next day. And then on Saturday, tomorrow I guess, I'm going to my grandpa's house to celebrate his 80th birthday. Which I'm dreading, not because we're seeing him, I'm looking forward to seeing him, but just, I'll get to that later. I feel so motivated to work out this early, like when I can't sleep and it's this hour. They open up in less than 2 hours. I could be there then provided that I have the energy, which I won't have much of the energy. I might feel sick or nauseated when I get there. So this is starting to sound like a horrible idea. It's not like I've gained, 20 pounds. But I don't know, I haven't stepped on a scale, but I've put on a few pounds. Okay, it's 6:45, so the gym has opened 15 minutes ago, and I am in my gym clothes, and I'm planning on going there. We'll see how this will go, but I feel okay. I've eaten enough. I didn't have much popcorn. I just had a few popcorn. They weren't even all that tasty. Well, I'm gonna say I'm pretty satisfied with today's workout session. Did not feel nauseated, but I was very fatigued the whole time. Once again, dumb idea to work out this early without sleep. But I feel like I feel a lot better now than what I usually do after a no sleep workout. I work out post 0 sleep. Tomorrow I'm going with my mom to my grandpa, like I said before. His 80th birthday is in about a week, but he has invited a bunch of people of whom I know nobody. That's tomorrow, so I might be tired then too. The reason why I don't look forward to that, like I said before, it's just because it's so many people that I've never met before. I don't like that stuff, having to be, cheerful and social and talking to people and just, small talk and talking about yourself and asking other people questions. It's just so exhausting. I don't like it. I fucking hate it, man. I mean, I love my grandpa, but he has he sent us a note of the seating arrangements, and all the kids, he has placed the kids at one table. I'm sure he thought that, the younger people like me, a lot of them are in their mid-20s. Somebody was like 12, I think. But he's placed all of us, at one smaller table. So it's kind of like the kids' table, which is, I just feel uncomfortable with people in my own age. Well, that's not entirely true, but I just feel like I have nothing to say. I don't know about this video. I don't think I'm gonna finish editing this. It just doesn't turn out very well. I can show you what I'm working with. It was just something I wanted to see how it worked out when I edited it together. It doesn't really work very well. I'm gonna see if I have some mail to pick from the mailbox. Great grammar. Pick from the mailbox. Right. Batch number 1. Indeed I had. Okay, we are in the car. So we're on our way to my grandpa right now. We're maybe halfway or something like that. I think I forgot to bring more batteries, so I'm not going to be able to film very much. I just thought that I'd show you. I had no idea that we had this in Sweden. But there's a dollar store here, which I don't really know exactly what that is to begin with. But it's a bit curious that we have a dollar store in a country where we don't have dollars. I guess it's a cheap store. And over here is my vice. And a very quick clip of where I sleep, because the camera battery ran out on me before, and I'm sure it's gonna run out any second right now too. But good morning, it's Sunday. I'll talk to you more when I get home. Well, this is the basement. Welcome home. Thank you. The Rice Krispies, just because the dessert that we had yesterday at the party, there was Rice Krispies in that, and then my grandpa, I mean, he bought everything. He didn't hire people to cook the food. Well, he hired someone to cook the food, but he had to prepare everything and to bring everything to the party, to to the building where the party was. He had to bring everything, and so he bought the Rice Krispies for the dessert, and he didn't want them, so he just gave them to me, and I don't really want them either, but I took them anyway because he's not gonna eat them, so I might eat them, I don't know. But yeah, and then he gave me a very small, just a few hard candies here. I don't know, I have a scale. Let's go get my scale. It feels like it must be like, I don't know, I mean my candy shopping weighing skills are fantastic at this point. So let's say 650 grams, I think it's more. 800 grams of hard candies. Yeah, that was pretty poor, estimation there. But anyway, so a lot of hard candy, and I don't even like hard candy that much. Well, I do a bit. It's gonna take me a long time to finish these. I'm gonna have to give it to people when they come here. I'm a little bit upset that I forgot the battery, because I was in a hurry yesterday. And I just didn't think about the fact that I only brought one battery, and the one that I brought in the camera was almost completely gone. But yeah, that's too bad. I mean, I would have liked to film a few things, maybe not from the party, because I feel uncomfortable pulling the camera out when there's so many people around. But still, I would have filmed more if I could, because I'm not at my grandpa's place very often. I was there 3 years ago. We arrived yesterday at 1, and then we left for the party at about 3 o'clock. Well, the guests arrived at about 3 o'clock. So, yeah, but it was mainly my grandpa's girlfriend's family, her kids and her grandkids, a couple of friends of my grandpa's, and two of her cousins, of course me and my mom, but yeah, I mean, my mom and I, we were definitely the closest to my grandpa there. So we were like the odd ones out in a way, because, well, at my table I said that it was like the kid table, because it pretty much was. The youngest one was 12, and I think someone was maybe 15, and then the rest of us were in our 20s. I felt like the odd one out at that table for sure, because we were 7. We were supposed to be 8, but we were 7, and they were all, with the exception of one person who were the girlfriend to one of the guys at the table, they were all cousins and siblings, so they knew each other. And even though she was not part of the core whatever family, she was not part of the family at all. She had met those people before several times. Well, I don't know how close they were. I mean, I'm not sure how often those cousins met. I don't know that. I have never met them before. I mean, they're my grandpa's girlfriend's grandkids. I mean, yeah. Anyway, so but I'm even though they don't have family get-togethers every month, I'm sure they met each other many times. And while the girlfriend to that guy might not have known the other people that well, she still knew them a hell of a lot better than I did, because I'd never met any of them before, obviously. So I felt a bit weird sitting at that table where they all basically knew each other, and then there was I, not a very not someone who really likes to talk, for sure. I feel very uncomfortable. So it was just something
did because, well, I did for my grandpa, I guess. I mean, by the way, he is very, kudos to him for doing this at 80, putting all of this together. He did everything himself, and yeah. I don't know how many 80-year-old men would do something like that, but yeah, he did. So how many people live the life that I live? I work out in the middle of the night and I eat food after. Well, I don't do this very often, but oh, I have something on my camera. It's stuck. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've messed up my routine once again. Although I don't know if I can say that really, because I think it's been, this messing up of my routine has been pretty constant over the past few months. But, well, to me it feels kind of normal to work out in the middle of the night. But the reason actually why I brought out the camera now is because I was really surprised just now. I've been working out, like I said, I worked out in the middle of the night, haven't done that much lately, and I feel I really, this is like this all the time. I get out of it, I lose motivation and energy to go to the gym, and then I feel like I have lost progress, and then I want to get back to it, and I get back to it for the most time, but it just goes back and forth in between these two constantly. So now I'm in one of those moments where I want to get back to it, and I want to work out every day, which is not going to happen, but that's the way I feel now. But anyway, I just felt like doing some bicep curls. I don't know, I never do that, just bicep curls, just because I want to feel a pump or whatever. I never do that really. I always do full workouts, but I thought, let's just do some bicep curls. And then as I was doing them, I thought, well, maybe I'll just do some core exercises after this too. And then I ended up being very surprised. Now I did biceps, I did core exercises and abs and some shoulders, and I don't know how time flew by really, because I don't think I rested too much. But I thought that I would show you the videos. I looked at the videos that I had watched, that I had on in the background on YouTube now, and I was like, fucking hell, they're 2.5 hours long. All of these videos together is 2.5 hours. How did I just work? I don't know, time really flew by. You can just see what videos I had on. And I might not have watched that John Cleese video at home with John Cleese. Don't think I watched that. But most of these I watched all the way through. And you can see how long they are. The Trump video I don't think I watched really. Very random stuff. Oh, and the Beetlejuice video I don't think I watched the whole thing either. But let's say a little bit more than, and half an hour of that bodybuilder guy at the top. Let's say 2 hours and 10 minutes. I don't know, time just kind of flew by. I've been really unhealthy lately. I don't think I've gained too much weight, but I've gained some. I've been eating junk. It tends to be that way when you feel depressed. It's difficult to find things that makes you happy. Obviously, when you're depressed, you kind of hold on to the things that make you feel good, I guess, even though they're not healthy. And for me, food is one of those things. So I've been comfort eating. It's as simple as that. This is no big confession. I've been eating unhealthy lately, and I noticed that clearly when if I look back over the past few years, or over the past several years actually, when I've worked out regularly, when I've felt good about life, when I've had stuff to do, I'm able to be healthy and it's no problem. And that's when I feel the best. It kind of goes, the way I feel mentally and physically kind of goes hand in hand. And lately, yeah, I haven't felt good mentally, so I'm not really worried too much about eating healthy. And I've just kind of had, I'll show you what I've had. I've had a lot of this stuff. These pies that you buy and you just put in the microwave for a few minutes. The best ones are taco pies, they're delicious, but
But anyway, and I've had a lot of candy and potato chips and whatever, and now I've been healthy today, so I want to try to keep that up as long as I can. I'm watching a guy vlog here, someone I've been watching for the better part of a decade actually, and he talked about feeding a cat that is not his, but it visits his house or whatever, and so he's put out a little tray of food or whatever it is, you know, and he just mentioned that. I mean, just literally a second before, a cat jumps down on my, well, I forget the word, but the outside of the window there, and it scared me. It was a perfect moment for that to happen, because he just mentioned that, and then that happens, and that has never happened before. But I do enjoy having cats around here. I do like animals. Before this vlog, I have to warn you that my vocabulary and my expressive skills have dropped severely. You know, I've not really watched movies lately because I've been rather depressed. Just not happy with things, the way things are going. And it just doesn't seem like there's an end to this fucking thing. I mean, I try. This is depressing, isn't it? Yeah. But I don't know, I do try, but I can't seem to make it. But then I think back on, for example, the New Year's 2014, Christmas around that time. Something happened to me then. It felt like I was drifting away from reality, and I was like walking around in like a bubble, not feeling like I was part of this world. Somehow it was a very strange sensation. It sort of relates to, I don't know if I guess I mentioned this. I did talk about this after that happened. I don't know exactly what I said, but it was truly horrible. Probably the most horrible thing I've gone through. Some kind of mental snap. I was lying in my bed thinking about reality in my life, and then I was just found myself staring into like a dark hole in the ceiling. And I remember exactly where I was looking, and it was like I was looking into some kind of nothingness of, I don't know. It was awful, and then after that I just found myself in some kind of alternate dimension of my own, but I was still in this world, but I was walking around in some kind of bubble. And yeah, and I'm saying that because I got through that. I remember what it was like, but I'm not really in that place anymore. And so, you know, you heal, you get past things, and you get through things that seem insurmountable when they're ongoing. And that's kind of what I feel now too. But if I've gone through something like that, horrible anxieties like that, then maybe I can get through horrible depression. Well, I don't even have anything to compare to, so I don't know what a really deep depression would be like. But right now I'm deeper than I've been before. But over this past year I've just wasted a lot of time doing nothing because I haven't had the energy to even do anything. Just, you know, I walk into the kitchen and I look around and I open the cupboards and I'm like, I guess I should eat something, but I don't really want to. I'm hungry, but I have to prepare something, and I don't know, that's too much work. I'm just gonna go to bed. So I've spent today staring into the ceiling and into the wall, and I did make dinner before. I seemed to be happy, but I wasn't. I've made a habit out of talking to the camera about my life, And I don't know if I have as many viewers as I used to, but it feels good to let it out to a camera. It's just become a habit and it feels natural. Although I've done that many times and never uploaded the videos, so we'll see what happens this time. That is a long and loud train. So here's our local castle, I guess. I should know the history of this better, but I've never bothered to find out. And over here I used to go to a psychiatrist and talk. Waste money, because I didn't have anything to say. Speaking of that, I am currently sort of undergoing, I don't know what to call it in English, but some sort of examination, which I've done before, and I felt like I waited so long to do this now, so I was maybe expecting a bit more, because what I've done so far is basically stuff that I've done before, although I did have an appointment today which I did not go to, so I'm in no position to complain about that. And now I just walked past someone. Probably thought it was really weird that I was talking to a camera, but oh well. I'm such a hopeless nostalgic. I always feel this longing for the past, these things that have played out here, memories in a bunch of, play in these neighborhoods, in all kinds of places in this town that are gone, and I'm so hopeless. I can never stop thinking about that stuff. I just think it has to do with this general unhappiness about where I am now in my life. So I just always look back at the past. I did that years ago too, but now I look back on a few years ago and I think the same about then. I mean, I never learned. Will I ever learn that the present is alright? Who knows? I hope so. It's a bit of a waste to live life like that. I'm out of breath just from walking around and talking. I will admit that I've been slacking with the gym over the past 2 weeks or so. And I have this constant stuffed nose too, which I don't know why that happened after I moved into this apartment. So I need to use this nasal spray constantly, and a lot of people do that. They're hooked on that stuff because they have the same problem that I do. I'm hooked on that stuff, and so that's causing me to become out of breath too, because I can't really breathe through my nose properly all the time. Anyway, but yeah, been kind of hit a slight depression a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't really feel like working out. And as that happened, I kind of realized that okay, so this is gonna be going on for a couple of weeks, and then after that I'll get out of it, and I'll get back to the gym after that. And I actually just worked out. That's why I showered. Well, not that I never shower unless I work out, but anyways, I worked out and then I showered. I actually worked out here at home, which I don't love it. It's pretty uncomfortable, and for some reason I'm much weaker here, and it's just much more of a hassle. I don't have the equipment, and I have to switch the weights constantly, and it's twice the work, but and you only get like half the workout, so it's really not very good. But my gym membership needs to be renewed, and I don't have the money at this precise moment. I will have soon, so that's also why I've not been at the gym, but not really the main reason. I smell something burnt. Am I having a stroke? Maybe one day, we'll see. There's some
bad, positive and negatives going on at the moment, because I talked about my shoulder before. I hurt my shoulder like almost 2 years ago now, and after that I lost a lot of progress at the gym, and it wasn't a lot of fun to work out anymore when I couldn't work out 100%. For a while I couldn't even work out 50%. I mean, it was terrible, and that also caused me to become more depressed because I couldn't work out, which is like my therapy. So that went on for a while. I lost progress, but then things my shoulder problem just kind of got better by its own. And for the past like 6 months I've been going, except for the past 2 weeks, like I mentioned, I've been going to the gym like 5 times a week on average without fail, and I've gained back all my strength, which is fantastic. So I'm now back more or less where I was 2 years ago, which means that I'm now trying to push forward. I mean, I'm now trying to move on to weights and strength that I've never had before, and I'm looking forward to getting further than I've ever been before. It's going to be really nice to be able to lift those heavier dumbbells that I've never touched before. I mean, well, not for those exercises at least. Anyway, so yeah, so that's the good side, and I'm really happy about that. But I have gained some weight lately. Last year when I moved in here, I was kind of depressed for the whole year, I will say. And I didn't really care too much about what I was eating, although when you're depressed you're not always eating that much either, so I guess I wasn't really gaining that much weight, because I was sleeping a lot and missing a couple meals here and there, and then when I actually was eating, I was eating junk, so I didn't really gain all that much last year, but this year I kind of have, and I can tell when I edited my gaming video, I can tell like my cheek battery change. But when I edited the gaming video, I could tell my cheeks are kind of, my face is a bit fatter, which is okay. I think I just need to become a little bit more motivated to change my diet. I already have. I've probably lost a few pounds, and it's not like I've gained a lot, but it's noticeable, and it's definitely starting to become more noticeable than I would like. And I think I've also used the excuse of having been in such a great flow, workout-wise, as an excuse to eat more. And I've just felt good about working out, and so kind of felt like I'm gonna treat myself, and I've been eating pizzas a lot and just way too much. But I'm gonna try to change that. It's like either you feel like you deserve it, or you feel like you're feeling like shit, so you're turning to food. At least that's what I do. So it's like both when you feel happy or when you feel depressed, I kind of turn to food in both instances. And I'm throughout my life I've done better and I've done worse at controlling these impulses or whatever, or controlling this behavior of eating too much junk. It's actually a constant struggle, but it's just the way it is. One thing that happened, which I'm constantly reminded of, which is I don't mind, is that my grandfather passed away in March. 5 months ago. And he's gonna be hanging on my refrigerator for a while. It's symbolic. White for life, black for death. I kind of like having him here. And he's actually the first family member that I've lost. Someone close to me. I have been to one funeral before, but she was not very close to me. But my grandpa, he of course was. So. But I always consider myself lucky that I was, ever since I was a teenager, I have all my 4 grandparents still alive, and I almost made it to 25, still having all my 4 grandparents, but just almost. When I hugged him, I bent down. He was sitting down. He didn't have a lot of energy, so I bent down and hugged him, and he kind of held me for like a minute. He just didn't let go. Just kind of did what he used to do with his hand, like that, And then after a while, because my grandma was there too, and she was like, "Okay, you gotta let go now. You can't hold him on for that long."
so I was kind of bending down in 90 degrees. But yeah, and then I said, we'll see each other. He was like, oh, I don't want you to go. And I said, but we'll see each other soon again. And he was like, yeah, we will. And we didn't, but it was still kind of. I don't really think it. I think it was a nice last visit or whatever. So, by the way, look at the print on this shirt. This is, almost not. What am I trying to say? Well, the print has fallen off. I got a new one here, where the print. This is my favorite shirt, so I bought a second one, which is slightly different. It's a little bit tighter, but not necessarily in the wrong places. It's like tied up here, but not so much down here, which is good. But the print is like more part of the actual fabric. It's not on top. So this is much better. It looks like it has fallen off a little bit, but that's part of the design. But yeah, so I bought a second one because I like this shirt so much. I guess I might as well show you that they're building a lot of shit in town. And they have done that for the past few years, and now this here has been a big project for the past year at least. And it's taken a long time, but I think the changes are going to be for the better. You will access the train station much easier, so in the bus station, with this bridge here. But it means that it's kind of tough to get around at the moment. So.
Hej! Var det lite konstigt knackning den här gången?
Ja. And a few hours later on my way home, and as always I'm reminded of this tragic well, there's a train going by here, and there was a 14-year-old who jumped in front of the train last fall, and there's a memorial place by the train ever since, which I see almost every day. So constantly reminded of that tragic stuff. I wonder, what the sort of rules or regulations are concerning stuff like that. Like, how long do they stay up, and who controls that kind of stuff? When is it taken down, if ever, But I guess that's not the main point, but still. Something that always annoys me when I edit, and I usually don't think about it until I'm actually editing, is this. I do that all the time, in case you haven't noticed, watching my videos over the years, unless you're new, I suppose. But I do that a lot, and I can't help it. I mean, the alternative is for the snot to just go down. It's kind of gross. Obviously, it's a reflex to do that. And my nose, like I said, my nose is stuffed now permanently, unless I use that spray. But for much longer, I had problems with the opposite, a runny nose, when I go outside. And when I'm at the gym too, when I'm sitting on the cardio bike, like leaning forward, I have to do that all the time, and it feels so unflattering in a way. It doesn't feel. I have to do it. I don't know what the alternative would be. So I hate that. I absolutely hate that. So apologies for the hundreds and hundreds of sniffles that you must have heard over the years. I must have edited out so many of them also. Like, some clips I've just deleted just because I do this in the background. Especially when I'm on my bike and I film something, and every couple of seconds I hear this. And I'm just, for fuck's sake, do you have to do that right in the microphone? And I just delete the clip out of self-hatred. But since I have editing to my disposal, I can officially time travel, so I'm gonna do that now.
about 15 minutes maybe away from town. I'm just helping out my mom. She has had her car on repair, whatever, and so she's borrowed a car and we drove it out here, and now obviously we have both cars to get home, so I'm driving one of them. This is the one she borrowed, and it's up to me to get the other one out of here, which it's that one right there, 007, easy to remember. I just gotta show you this place here. Incredibly nice house, and well, the whole estate or whatever right here. With horses. That's the manly way of saying it, mind you. Yeah, that's really quite nice. I did the dishes and prepared this while I watched episode 1 of this program about suicide, which is called 30 Lives a Week. They mentioned in the beginning of the episode that I think they said 1,600 people in Sweden kill themselves every year, which is 30 lives a week. So I guess today 4 people. This is depressing, but I suppose probably someone today killed himself in Sweden, which is it's sad, and as they mention also, which I'm sure most people listening to this, most people have heard this so many times, and when you, at least for me, when I hear something a lot, I tend to get sick of hearing it, no matter what it is. But so some things are important to repeat, and one thing that they said in this too is we have to talk about it. If I picture myself in a situation where suicide is openly discussed with people who don't have a lot of experience with it, or maybe even people who do, I mean people who don't have a lot of experience with depressive or suicidal thoughts, I think a lot of those people would feel uncomfortable, and that they had someone, the person who brought this conversation into the room, had stepped over the line. And maybe it shouldn't be that way, because which is why it's important to talk about, which is what this show does. That's all it does. It doesn't try to find answers. If it did, then that's not what I got out of it. I've only seen episode 1. There's 2 more. I'll watch the other one right now, actually. But why it's important to talk about, I think, is because if you pretend like everything is okay, which a lot of people do, and sometimes you kind of have to do that. You can't dwell in your misery all the time, but it's important to have it in the open and be aware that other people are going through hard times too, because if you don't do that, and if you're having problems with depression or whatever it might be, you might start feeling like, after having pretended that everything is okay, and maybe you start to believe this. You start to believe that everything is okay, or at least that it's okay for everyone else. And I think that risks. That is quite dangerous to go down that road, because you risk feeling very lonely in the world. Because if you think that everything is okay, or that everything is supposed to be okay, but that you really don't feel okay, then you're gonna feel excluded. And so having a show like this in the open, just kinda just discussing it, just dealing with this for a little while, putting it in people's heads, I think it actually is important. So I'm glad that they made the show. Don't you just love it when you start to sort of question the importance and the overall pleasure you get from something that you know is so important to you and that you never want to let go. You're aware of what it gives you and why you spend so much time on it. Spoiler. But then you start to look around and kind of wonder, why the hell am I doing this? And it's the worst thing ever to question, to turn against the thing you
you know means so much to you. I know why I like film, why I watch so much of it, and what it gives me when you watch a really great film. It's like gasoline that you kind of fill your soul with. It's like, okay, I can go on for a bit longer. That was a good drama. And then you kind of just fall apart and just look around and you just go to yourself, why do I have all these fucking pointless pieces of plastic in my house? I should just sell them. I can get money for this. I can just use the money to escape somewhere and then just never come back. It goes in these, some things they're just constant, or they come back no matter if you're in a good point in your life or not. But then there are larger dips and peaks and valleys as well. And every time I get into one of the valleys, I just feel like Sisyphus pulling up, or watching that stone roll down the mountain, and I just have to go and pick it up again, and it weighs a ton, and I just don't have the energy to push it back up. You know what I mean? But then I think, not that I've read much of what he's written, but I think there was a French existentialist, Sartre. That's exactly how you pronounce it, Sartre. I'm not going to try to say that in French. I think he said something like he had a theory about the myth of Sisyphus, where he has to push up this rock up a hill and then watch it roll back down, and he's doomed to do that for eternity. And I'm not comparing myself to that, or I guess it is. Well, I guess it is an analogy for human existence, or a metaphor, or whatever. But I think Sartre, he said something about that myth, about how you have to picture yourself, Sisyphus, as being happy. I guess it's the glass half full, half empty kind of thing. You just have to kind of accept that life kind of sucks, and just use whatever you can. I don't know if that's how it's intended to be taken, but I feel like that. I feel like I've done so much work, and I feel like I've overcome things, and then I feel like, oh wait, now I'm back at step one. And it takes a lot to pull yourself out of that. But then, eventually, it usually doesn't take that long. I realized that, there are things that I care about in life and that I love very much, and then I realized that, and I guess it makes it better. I gotta go to bed, but I'm watching a documentary called First Cousin Once Removed on HBO. I always look for documentaries to watch, especially about people. This one is about a man filming his first cousin once removed. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but they're related. And this cousin, this older man who's in his 80s, I'm guessing, has Alzheimer's, and it's a really beautifully, really wonderfully, poetically put together meditation on, memory, really, and life. And I've always found such grace in old people, and I think it's pretty easy to explain it by the fact that their words are influenced by having been alive for decades and decades, and I find that fascinating. I just like there's beauty in their face, but there's also a kind of grace in their voice, both the way it sounds and then the words they choose to speak. Now, this is a tragic situation, as a lot of people who there's a lot of people who have Alzheimer's, of course, and it's always a tragic situation, but this film doesn't feel that way. It's a really positive, lovely film. I found out recently that the musician and songwriter of the band Talk Talk has died. Mark Hollis, and I think the album Laughing Stock is, I mean, it's become just one of those albums that I put up here. I mean, you've heard some of their earlier music. I mean, No Doubt made a cover of their song "It's My Life," and you know that stuff is fine. But if you listen to a song like New Grass, I mean, listen, just do me a favor, listen to that song, New Grass by Talk Talk. It's, you know, just I can't even put it into words. It's one of those songs where I'm reminded of how important music is. It really is a language of its own. It's a great mystery, isn't it? And, it's a pretty warm day, but it's pretty early in the afternoon, so I don't know if it's gonna be that busy now. But I'm still wary of people whenever I bring out the camera outside. I am working hard on bettering things, bettering myself, and I'm doing okay. One of the things that I want to better is overall health and physical condition, which is something I've worked on without a break for many years now. But lately it's gone up a bit. The weight has gone up a little bit, and overall I'm not in as good of a physical or conditioning. I'm not in as good of a shape as I was. Strength-wise I am, but I want to feel lighter, So I'm working on that, and it's been going well. I'm up here now at the jogging track for like, I don't know how many times I've been up here this year. 20, 30, probably more than 20, but maybe not quite 30, but close. And I haven't given up, and I've stuck to it. Because before, whenever I've tried to get back to this, to jogging or just to get up here on the jogging track, I've given up pretty quickly because it just doesn't feel good. It didn't feel good, and I preferred going into a gym, sitting on a bike and getting my cardio that way, but it's not the same. This is much better for you. I feel much better whenever I'm up here, and I've reached a point now where I'm starting to get that feeling again of just overall well-being whenever I'm up here out in the forest, in nature. I'm so used to this place, so it's familiar. Every step is familiar. I must have spent I don't know how many hundreds of hours up here getting my cardio, and then a goddamn horde of people showed up. So I had to turn off the camera for a bit. But I was saying that I felt heavy, and I do, but it's and this hill is wonderful. You can't really tell on camera, but it's steep. I'm starting to it's the weirdest thing. I was thinking of the fact that my feet feel better, because before, whenever I tried to get up here and I gave up, like I said, I would also develop blisters pretty quickly on my feet, because I was so unused to this. But I was thinking before, just half an hour ago, that doesn't really happen now. And just as I was thinking about that, I started to notice a blister on my left heel, which is troubling me now. Gonna remove some. The Russians, they're coming.
No, it's a military training ground. Well, I just tried to run for a bit and I quickly had to abort mission because my calves are hurting. I guess I'm still not entirely used to this mode of training. At least my calves aren't, because they've been hurting a lot since last time I was up here. And walking is fine, but jogging, man, that put too much pressure on my calves and I couldn't do it. So I'm gonna have to be happy walking instead of jogging, but that's okay. I probably shouldn't film on my phone because man, I haven't vlogged in a while, and for some reason I get emotional now that I try to do it. I don't know what's up with that. I feel like I'm slurring. I don't know why I felt the need to vlog now. I'm just feeling shitty, and the fact that I've been in such a low mood. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I've noticed that lately when I've vlogged, which when I say lately I mean like over the past couple of years, because I haven't been doing this a lot lately. I don't look in the camera a lot, I kind of look down. It's man, I mean I was just at the gym now, and it's just not working out. I'm trying to just to feel better and to be healthier and all of these things, and it's difficult. I can't seem to work it out. And I know that when I come to the gym, I feel better. I'm able to work through some of these things, and it usually ends up I usually end up feeling better because of it. Like I usually say, like there's never once a time that I've gone to the gym and come back and thought, no, that was a bad idea. It's always a good idea. But today, I mean, lately, I haven't had the energy or the will, the motivation to work out. And my last strength training session, which was 2 weeks ago, went really well, and I had, like, before going there I was like, oh, this is gonna suck, I have no energy, I really don't want to do this, but I know that it's the best thing to do, it's the best thing for me to do right now. And I got there and I kind of worked through this first hurdle, and then I got over that, and then it seemed to be downhill, and it just felt really good. And I worked out for a couple hours, and it was fine, it went really well. But today I did a couple sets of back and a couple sets of chest, and then I just sat there staring. I had no energy to do anything. And that just makes me sad, because the gym is supposed to be a place for me to get these things off my chest. So when I find myself sitting there being too weighed down by these things to even try to push them off of me. Yeah, I'm working through things. Weight is a continuous issue for me, because I don't know, I just derive too much pleasure from food. It gives me too much comfort. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to fill you up, and then that's it. I'm reminded of that Louis C.K. bit where he was like, oh, most people, they're like trying to do a Louis C.K. retelling one of his stand-up bits is just a doomed mission, but nonetheless, Most people are like, oh, I'm eating so and so much, and then that's it. That is the exact amount of calories I need right now. And Louis C.K. he kind of finds humor in that and compares that to himself, who is very much not like that. Now, I don't think that I have the same problem of stuffing my face until I want to puke. I really don't do that, but I go too often to the store just to get a couple of things, like a frozen pizza and some chocolate, whatever it is, and then I do that too often, and then I don't move enough, and I end up feeling kind of fat, and I don't like that feeling. Honestly, though, it's not necessarily the fact that I feel like I look overweight, because I don't think I look that bad now. I can deal with that. You cannot tell in my face that I'm a bit chubbier than I was a few years ago. But I mean, so for some people, they have like a skinny face, but then they have a huge body, and some people they're thin, like there's nothing, they're not slightest overweight, but then they kind of look overweight in the face. And I think I belong to the last category. It really gets to my face pretty quickly. But anyway, nonetheless, I definitely have some stuff down here that I need to lose as well. But that's not even the main issue. The main issue is that it just makes you more tired physically, and it makes me sweat more. Like, I've always sweat a lot, and I need to be pretty thin in order to not sweat. And I think about this every day, like, oh, I wish I didn't sweat so much. I don't care about looking overweight. I just don't wanna sweat, because carrying 10 kilos extra fat on you, I mean, that's another 10 kilo that you need to lug around everywhere. And if you're already sweaty as it is, well, those extra 10 kilos, they're not gonna help. So whenever I feel like this, I just need to look for something to get me out of it. I only worked out for half an hour, not even that, and my shirt is completely soaked. On my way up to the jogging track, late at night, really cold, and these steps used to be so easy. Now it's like severe punishment for my well, moderately what am I trying to say? For the fact that I've not been ignoring cardio, certainly not. But clearly I haven't been doing as much as I should, and as much as I used to, because this shouldn't be this tiring. Fucking hell. Okay. I don't know how to hold this phone. I probably shouldn't film with my phone, because I'm not really used to how it works, pathetically enough. I want to make sure that I'm not covering the audio outlet, and I also want to make sure that I'm actually in frame, because I'll let you into a secret. I know that I can reverse the camera so I can actually see myself when I'm filming, but I don't like looking at myself, so I am holding it the other way. That's my own, I don't know, problems. But yeah, I'm doing my best to get cardio in. Yeah, today's been on honestly, today has been an awful day. So I decided to do, after a lot of bad decisions and self-destructive behavior, I've decided to, after a full day of that, to actually do some good things with my time and to get some errands done, to ship away or send off some sales that I've made, and now to get out here in the cold and do this, because it might be 1 in 100 where you actually feel bad about after having done a workout, but 99% of the time you're certainly not gonna feel bad. You're gonna feel much better than you would if you hadn't done that workout. So that's what I have to tell myself. Getting out here at 9 o'clock in the evening in the cold, in the dark, with maybe a few lights to light this track up. Well, this is fine, but some parts are a bit uncomfortable to go on. I just thought that I don't really feel like it, but I know that I'll kind of have to, because tonight's gonna be awful if I don't. Really been struggling lately, and this is my kind of, even if while I'm filming this I'm not really uploading videos because of reasons which I find very complicated to express, I still tell myself that filming stuff like this is good, it's therapeutic, and it might come into use later. I don't know. But either way, it's good. It's something I need to do sometimes. I don't do it too much nowadays, but I know that I have to do it sometimes, because filming and talking to a camera has been such a big part of my life, and my getting stuff off of my chest for the past 10 years or more. And I don't think I should let that go completely.